Good evening and welcome to the REV Game of the Week. I'm Jeff Porsche, and soon I'll be joined by Jonathan Moore for the color analysis. We are at Ascension Christian High School in the heart of Ascension Parish for tonight's non-district game between Houma Christian and Ascension Christian. We'll be back with coaches and starting lineups and play-by-play in just a minute. We'll be right back. You're watching the REV Game of the Week.
You've probably heard that ETEL has become REV. What you may not know is that we're revving up your internet to symmetrical speed for free. Symmetrical speed means that your download and upload speeds are the same, thanks to the REV all-fiber network. The new speeds have been applied to your current internet plan, and there's nothing for you to do, except enjoy shopping, gaming, streaming, learning, and laughing. Learn more at letsrev.com. Thanks for being a loyal customer, and enjoy symmetrical speeds from REV. New name, same company.
From jambalaya, pastalaya, and gumbo to daily lunch specials, Pot and Paddle Jambalaya Kitchen has Cajun dishes to satisfy your hunger. Pot and Paddle has 3 locations to serve you, including the one on Cabela's Parkway in Gonzales, Jefferson Highway near Bluebonnet in Baton Rouge, and Jubin Crossing in Denham Springs. You can dine in, carry out, or let them do the catering for an office get-together or tailgating at the big game. And don't forget about their delicious daily lunch specials. You can check out their specials and more on the web at potandpaddle.com.
Action Therapy and Wellness is an outpatient clinic located in Gonzales. Our job here is to help reduce people's pain and improve their quality of life. We will see you from the beginning till the end. You will see the same faces here. You won't be switched around with people. Our goal is to get you functioning to an ordinary life. We rely on technology. REV is great about staying on top of everything working and running properly. As a local company, using a company that is also local is very important to us.
No one teaches you what to do immediately after an accident. Once everyone is safe, your first call should be to an attorney, not the insurance company.
Don't let the insurance company take advantage of you at your time of need. Call the Title Law Firm. We'll walk you through what you need to do in real time.
But you can take advantage of the Title Law Firm's 30 years of experience.
Before you call your insurance, make a free, no obligation call to the Title Law Firm.
Call 756-0007 when you're injured. You gotta call Title.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications, the powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution, a network built for every possibility, moving faster than ever before, streaming us forward into the future. And the revolution is closer than you think. RTC, ETEL, and Vision are now REV. New name, same company.
Chris's Specialty Foods has been making Cajun meat products for almost 30 years. We do all the prep work so people can have home-cooked meals without spending all day in the kitchen. Everything is done ourselves. With 3 locations in Louisiana and a 4th in Texas, we needed all of them connected to the same system for point of sale and telephone. REV Business set us up, and it's been a game changer. They have everything as national companies, but with real local service. REV Business is authentic Louisiana, just like Chris's.
Welcome back to the REV Game of the Week. Lion Stadium, you see it right there. You're looking now at the Houma Christian Warriors, who are 0-2 on the season, and they will be taking on the Ascension Christian Lions, who are also 0-2 on the season. One team's going to get their first victory of the night. We'll see who that is in a couple of hours. I'm joined by Jonathan Moore. This is our second broadcast out here at Ascension Christian. We're very happy to be here, and this is Jonathan's second venture with us. He was with us last year for the game, and welcome back. We're glad to have you.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here. Looking forward to a good game tonight. Looks like we're going to have great weather and a big crowd, and it's homecoming. So what else could you want at a Friday night football game? Exactly. We love doing the homecoming games. That's what we did last year, and we're going to have the homecoming ceremonies, and time permitting and everything permitting, we'll have an interview with the Queen when the Queen is crowned after halftime. So we're looking forward to that. Ascension Christian will be taking the field in just a moment. We still have the prayer and the national anthem and the coin toss and all that good stuff to go through. So we'll talk about a few things while we wait for that. First thing, let's talk about kind of the book on both of these teams. And so
we'll go and take a look at the coaches first of all and what's going on in the season for both of these teams. You have Houma Christian, and they're coached by Butch Terrio, an old friend of mine, actually, from my days at Vanderbilt Catholic in Houma. He and I went to school together, and he's in his first season as the head coach at Houma Christian. He's 0-2 for his career. And then Jonathan, you know very well, Josh Purrier. He's in his 11th year over here at Ascension Christian. Talk about some of his accomplishments through the years.
You know, Coach Purrier took over this team. I remember whenever he became the head coach and took over from Brian Kinchin, and he really took over a team that was not just rebuilding in a transition as the football team, but we were in a kind of a transition in the school. And he took that team. I think we had 18 students his first year coaching, and we've had as many as 40 students on the team now. And we've run every offense from the power I to the spread to where now we run the spread the triple option. And it is he's a very good coach. He puts the kids in a position to succeed. And one thing that really always sticks out with Josh is he loves the students. He cares about them. He wants to see them be in a place where they can do well, and he wants to put them in the position where they hopefully make the right choice.
Right, win or lose, they built a strong program here at Ascension Christian. As we look at what happened last week, they lost to Springfield. I believe Bart Simpson had a couple of touchdowns in that game. I'm not sure. But they lost 58-30. Covenant Christian defeated Houma Christian last week in a squeaker 15-14. But so both of these teams are going to be out here looking for their first win of the season, Jonathan.
They will. Last week's game, it was one of those games where the score is not indicative to what the actual game was. It was actually a very close game going into the fourth quarter. But in the fourth quarter, we just had some mistakes, had a couple of key fumbles in the fourth, which allowed them to pull away with a couple of touchdowns. But going into the fourth, it was a one-score game. You know, and so it's one of those games where unless you were here watching, you look at the score, you think they just got blown out. But since Christian fought till the end, just a couple of big mistakes in that fourth quarter that hopefully this team has cleaned up as they go into this game with Houma Christian.
You see Ascension Christian coming through and taking the sidelines. We're about ready for the prayer and the national anthem. And something interesting that I find out here is both these teams are very similar in their color scheme, as both teams are blue and orange and white. So you're going to have Ascension Christian in the blue jerseys and Houma Christian in the white jerseys. And we'll go to the PA now as we're about to do the prayer. So a nice version of the national anthem. I thought it was kind of funny. Before the game, they were practicing the national anthem, and Nolan said, "Wait, that wasn't a recording." So it was a very nice version of the national anthem. Good job by the Ascension Christian student with that. So we're just about ready for the coin toss. And it looks like captains for Ascension Christian, you're going to have Christian Knoll, the quarterback, number 6, number 58, Elijah Poche, and number 10, Jack Brady. You see them right there, about to head to midfield. And we'll get the Houma Christian captains as they come across. Looks like one of the captains is number 15, Jacob Bonvalin. Number 56, Cohen Lucas. Number 3, Bradley Fitzgerald. And number 34, Evan Savoy, who apparently isn't playing tonight. He's wearing just regular pants, so he must be injured, but still a captain.
You know it's going to be a great game.
Absolutely. These two teams are pretty evenly matched, and we're going to talk about that. Their season, their lifetime records are pretty even, and they've played some really close games, and we'll talk about that during our next break. You see the officials getting ready for the coin toss. So we are just moments away from game time, and as Jonathan said earlier, it's a beautiful night. Not a cloud in the sky right now. The sun going down. Temperature in the upper 70s this evening. And so the coin toss, I believe Ascension Christian has won the toss. And I believe they deferred.
I think he said receive.
Did they say receive?
I think the official did.
Okay, he did. Okay, I could not see it. He was blocked by my view there, but we are just moments away, and so it's been a tough season so far for Ascension Christian. Although they've had to fight through some adversity. You talked about with their jamboree game and the quarterback. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, in our first game, it was our second or third drive. In our jamboree, our quarterback, we were playing because of the weather. We had to play on a turf field and didn't really have the cleats and equipment to do that, and we went out there and unfortunately he tore his ACL. Aiden Carter, one of the seniors here to Ascension Christian, and he's on the sideline right there, number 14, talking with the kicker, Preston Connolly, and tore his ACL, and it was very unfortunate his senior year, and we had to go turn to our junior quarterback, Christian Noel, who could come in and play for us. And this offense, even though it's not a very complex offense, it does require you to be a little bit fearless. And Aiden had been practicing, preparing all summer for it. And now Christian is kind of getting broke in and getting used to what's going on with this triple option.
So back to receive for Houma Christian. For Ascension Christian, you have Zaid Richmond and Aiden Carter. And the kickoff duties you see right there. I believe that's number 13, Joseph Landry. Oh, Jack Brady back deep. Excuse me, not Carter. It's Brady. So the loud student section getting ready. You can see the camera shaking. It's loud. It's fun, and it's going to be a short kick, and that's taken by Brady at the 20. And he's going to try to cut inside. He's got a hole. He gets to the 40. He breaks outside. And he's to midfield before he's taken down. So a nice job on the opening kickoff, taken down by number 12 for Houma Christian, Logan Barradson.
Great return by Brady, exactly what you want to start this game, especially with this offense. It helps so much when you start in plus territory.
And so they are going to start. We'll see. Looks like the ball is going to be spotted exactly at midfield. So we'll get the first play, and then we'll get to the Ascension Christian offense. They are led by Christian Knoll, as you heard Jonathan talk about a moment ago. Man in motion, and there's a pitch. Trying to get outside, pressure, gets about 2, then he loses the ball, and it's a turnover, and Houma Christian has the ball. So he was kind of dragged down from behind, looked like he stayed on his feet, you'll see right here, great replay. Looks like he got up, his knee was not down, but then he was stripped.
Yeah, tough way to start the game. Zaid, one of the youngest players on the team with the carrier on the left side, just tried to do a little bit too much. They were able to strip the ball as he almost went down, and now we get to see Houma Christian on the field.
So we won't go to the Ascension Christian offense. Instead, we'll go through the first play and give you the Houma Christian offense. They're led by quarterback Ben Charpentier, number 10. Although I believe a different quarterback was in the game right there. It's a handoff up the middle. Gain of about 6 on first down. Let's go through the starting lineup for Houma Christian. We have Ren Charpentier quarterback, Blanchard and Landry in the backfield. Also, Kale is going to come in. Receivers, Hebert and LaBeouf. Tight end, Sam Martinez. And then the offensive line, Brock Barrios, Cam Frigio, Cade Robichaud, Cohen Lucas, and Ethan Prejean. It's 2nd and 4. And there's a handoff up the middle and close to a first down. We'll have to see if they give it to him. That was a run up the middle by Kale. Now let's take a look at the Ascension Christian defense after this replay as we're going to take a look at the run right up the middle, and it's going to be short, so it's 3rd and about 1. Defense for Ascension Christian, Siddig, Williams, Stafford, and Green on the line. Knoll and Stafford at linebacker. DBs Morris, Brady, Russell, Duke, and Miller. So now it's 3rd and 2. And there's a handoff around the corner, first down, and then some. Nice carry by number 6, Hayden Blanchard, running back for Houma Christian. So they have the ball in Lions territory, 1st and 10.
Yeah, good run right there. I mean, this offense, it's just same as ours. You know, the motto is you get 3 yards a down equals a touchdown. And, you know, the whole goal is they're going to want to attack the middle, and try to set up that outside run, try to set up an overhead pass with play action. So we're going to see a lot of runs up the middle, but then you'll have the occasional get to the edge and try to catch the defense trying to collapse.
1st and 10. And there's a quarterback on a keeper outside. He gets a first down, and he's down to about the 15-yard line. That's number 1 at quarterback. That's Richmond. Brady Marcel at quarterback. So Marcel instead of Charpentier at quarterback here. And a nice run on first down. They're down to the 13.
Yeah, same thing. Just, you know, team trying to collapse into the middle, trying to get in there too much, and you're able to pull the ball outside. Good read by the quarterback there.
So Marcel with the long run. He's under center. Inside of 10 minutes in the first quarter, no score. Handoff up the middle and dragged down from behind. Nice play by number 44, Braden Duke, one of the DBs playing that safety position for the Lions.
Good tackle there, and that's going to be the key for stopping this offense. You have to make the first tackle. You have to play your assignment. You have to make the tackle. You cannot let them get to that second level, and you cannot ignore your assignment. You've got to hit the player that you're supposed to hit, whether it's quarterback, running back, or fullback.
2nd and 8 for the Warriors. And another handoff up the middle. Big hole, and he's going to go into the end zone. Touchdown, Micah Kale. And so they get the first score. And it is 6-0.
You know, I talked with Coach before the game, and he gave me 3 names to look out for this game. He said look out for Brady Marcel, Joseph Landry, and Micah Kale. He told me that they're not going to do anything complex. They're not going to do any gimmicks. And it's just going to be a simple offense of just trying to move the ball down the field. And we saw it right there, just very simple, very easy down the field assignment football.
Number 23 will kick the extra point. This is Eli Delgado. Holder number 15, Jacob Bonvalin. Trying to make it 7-0. Good snap. Kick is up, and it's good. It's 7-0. Houma Christian leads Ascension Christian. We're going to take a short break and be right back. You're watching the REV Game of the Week.
You've probably heard that ETEL has become REV. What you may not know is that we're revving up your internet to symmetrical speed for free. Symmetrical speed means that your download and upload speeds are the same, thanks to the REV All-Fiber Network. The new speeds have been applied to your current internet plan, and there's nothing for you to do except enjoy shopping, gaming, streaming, learning, and laughing. Learn more at letsrev.com. Thanks for being a loyal customer and enjoy symmetrical speeds from REV. New name, same company.
We're back. 9:06 left to go in the first quarter. Houma Christian with the 7-0 lead on a 15-yard touchdown run by Micah Kale. Delgado to kick for Houma Christian. So they are kicking off twice in the first 3 minutes. Ready to go. And here it is. And this time it's going to be Richmond at about the 12. And he cuts outside to the 30, to the 40. Another great return taken out by the kicker. Delgado past midfield. So a nice return again. That's Zade Richmond, and you talked about it. He's an 8th grader.
He is an 8th grader who's got a lot of upside. You know, I've been watching Zade. I've known him for a long time. He has turned into a very, very good athlete. In 8th grade, he's one of the best athletes on our team. So it's going to be exciting to see how he develops over the years and becomes kind of a centerpiece of this offense.
He was the player who fumbled on the first play of the game, and Houma Christian recovered, and they went down the field and scored the first touchdown. We'll get the offense after this play. First down, pitch, outside, and a short gain of about 3, as that's number 2, Russell. And so let's look at the offense. That Christian Noel's at quarterback, Zade Richmond, Jack Brady, and Wyatt Stafford in the backfield. Gage Mixon, Andrew LeBlanc receivers. Then Green, Shawls, Huffpower, Stafford, and Poche on the offensive line. They're going to say a gain of about 2, so it's going to bring up 2nd and 8.
Yeah, and I talked with Coach Perrier before the game, and I asked him kind of what's the game plan, and he said the goal is to get the ball into playmakers' hands quicker this game.
And there's a handoff for a short gain, just power ball right up the middle. I believe that's Stafford on the carry. So it's going to be 3rd and about 6 after the gain of 3. So this possibly 2-down territory right here, as you're in Houma Christian territory, already trailing 7-0, about 4 minutes in the first quarter. So you have that similar formation. One split receiver. And quarterback's going to keep it. He's got a lane, and he got the first down. So keeper by Noel gets down to the 33. He made the right decision there, Coach.
He did. Good read by Noel, bringing it around the right side. He had the pitch option, but he realized I'm just going to keep it, gain the yards, and that's one place that he's really going to continue to grow. You know, last week he struggled with the center to quarterback connection, but one thing he did not struggle with was getting to that edge and making good decisions when he got there. You know, he didn't have any errant pitches. He didn't have anything that was considered really bad decisions. But right there, he just shows you, you know, you're going to do 2 straight runs up the middle and then try to get to that edge, try to get 10, 15 yards.
So 1st and 10 from the 33. And pressure, and the ball's on the ground, and it's recovered, I believe, by the quarterback. So a big loss by Noel, as you see on the replay right here. Stripped, and that was Kale who stripped him, but he was able to get the ball back, I believe. And so it's going to be 2nd and 15. Let's look at the Houma Christian defense. On the line, you have Nguyen, Muntz, and Frijo. Linebackers, Bonvillain, Kale, Martinez, and Bro. And the DBs, you have Brody Dufresne, Remy LeBeuf, and Joseph Landry. They're going to say it's a loss of 5, so it's 2nd and 15 for the Lions.
Yeah, just a misdirection that just didn't work out very well right there. So right now getting to the edge again.
But No has good yardage on 2nd down. He gets down to about the 27. That's going to be about a gain of 12. So he got most of it back. It's going to be 3rd and about, let's look at where they spot it. It's going to be 3rd and about 3.5. We have a break for the hydration timeout. So we're going to keep it here during this break. And let's talk about the history of this rivalry between Ascension Christian and Houma Christian. And Ascension leads the series. They look at it, you have 2 Houma Christian wins sandwiched between 4 Ascension Christian wins. Last year was a barn burner, 28-27. And there have been a few blowouts here and there, but both sides kind of have blowouts on both sides. So it's kind of an even rivalry, I would think.
Yeah, we've had a lot of games with them that have been very, very close. We've had a couple that have been blowouts. But one thing about Houma Christian is they always come and play us tough. You know, when we play them, we never look at it as a gimme game. This isn't going to be a game that we come in and we know we're just going to dominate. They almost always play a similar style to football to us. They ran the spread for a long time. We ran the spread. Now we both switched to kind of this wishbone option offense. And we always know when we come in we're going to be pretty evenly matched and get a good game out of it.
And so that's what we're looking at right now, as Houma Christian drew first blood, but Ascension Christian driving down the field and threatening to put points on the board themselves as the clock now starts to run. 5:55. 3rd and short. Again, 2 down territory right here. See the quarterback, Noel, looking to his coaches for some guidance. And looks like the play is in. And handoff up the middle, and that's close to a first down. I believe that's Stafford again, right up the middle. They're getting good yardage up the middle right there, and that's enough for a first down.
Yeah, good run there. Saw that the 2 defensive tackles were a little bit spread out, just decided to attack the center of that line. So good play call there by Coach Purrier to keep the chains moving. And as we said before, this offense, it's going to be a lot of that, the 2-yard, the 3-yard, the 4-yard gain. But it's going to be interesting to see how the game goes on, what it's able to set up, either the passing game or misdirection to the outside.
Right. You're most likely going to see this game maybe come down to turnovers, as both teams seem to be able to run that offense pretty well. It's going to be possibly the team that makes the fewest mistakes here tonight that comes out on top. It's 1st and 10, man in motion. And there's a handoff, and not much for Richmond.
Good open field tackle there by number, I think that was 24 for Houma Christian. Good open field tackle on him to set up 2nd and long, but you know, you got to block a little bit better than that if you're going to try to get to the outside.
Yes, that's Sam Martinez, junior linebacker for Houma Christian. And one thing that I've noticed, we've called a lot of the same names both on offense and defense, and that's the difference you see out here in 1A football. The best players are going to be two-way players, and we've already seen Kale make a play on offense and on defense on the Houma Christian side. So there's going to be a lot of two-way guys here tonight.
There will be. I mean, 1A football is, you know, these are obviously 2 smaller schools. They're going at it, but you know, that's the one thing about 1A is if you have that 1 or 2 players that are those athletes, unlike 4A or 5A, they can make a huge difference on the field.
Pitch out and stood up. As on the carry you have Jack Brady, and no gain, maybe even lost a yard. Let's look at the replay. Let's see who made the tackle right there. Stood up at number 15 for Houma Christian, Lakin Birch. Or make that Jacob Bonfland, excuse me. Calling the wrong. I looked at the wrong roster again. Both of them have Christian in their names. Tough sometimes. Yeah. That's all right. 3rd down and 9. We'll get that corrected.
I mean, Ascension Christian, we don't actually have a sister school, but if we did, Houma Christian might be one of the schools that you can consider that. We're very similar.
And 3rd down, late pitch. And trying to turn a corner. Nice cut. And he's down inside the 15, and that's enough for another first down. So good job. Nice run there as we see the pitch, the late pitch just in time, and that's number 2, Trevor Russell on the carry, and it's 1st and 10 from the 13. So,
you know, I love that play there. That is exactly what you want to see with this offense. You want a quarterback getting to the edge, sucking the defense in, and then making the pitch at the last second. You know you're going to get hit. That's why we always say in this offense you have to have ice water in your veins if you're the quarterback, because you know you're going to have to take a hit, but a very good pitch, able to get to the edge, and then a good cut by Russell.
Now the handoff up the middle, and a nice surge, and Stafford again. He gets those runs exclusively inside. Tackled by Frigio.
I love watching Wyatt Stafford run the football. You know, he's just a hard-nosed runner, going to go up the middle, get you 2-3 yards. But the great thing about him is if you give him a hole and he is able to hit it and get his legs moving. Last week I think he had a 50 or 60-yard touchdown run. Very explosive once he gets past it, but you did not want to let him see open field.
He definitely looks like a player that has the opportunity or the ability to breakthrough if you give him a chance. But he hadn't got it so far, but he's gotten good yardage up the middle. It's 2nd and 8. And quarterback keeper this time and gets good yardage again. I believe he's down close to the 5. Noel on the carry. Let's see where they spot it. And it is at about the 4-yard line. So he's about 2 yards shy, about 1.5 yards. So it's going to be 3rd and short. Definitely 2 down territory right here. This is where you probably see power ball right up the middle, don't you think?
Absolutely. And Coach Puryear right now, you can tell he's trying to feel out the defense. You know, you've seen a couple of runs to the left and the right side. He's seeing the yardage you can get from there. But right now he's just going to the bread and butter. Let's keep pounding it up the middle, and you make them stop that.
And so let's see if Stafford gets the carry. He's in the backfield. He gets it. And he is close. It looks like from the far side he's going to have it.
That's going to be a Lions first down.
Yes.
Same thing, just up the middle, 2-yard gain. And if you're Coach Puryear, this is exactly what you want. The clock is running. The ball is moving down the field. And I agree with you. I think the game is going to come down to who makes the fewest mistakes in this.
So far, 1 turnover in the first quarter. That was Ascension Christian turning it over to Houma Christian and resulted in a touchdown for the Warriors. Now 1st and goal, and power up the middle in the end zone for the touchdown. And I believe that's Wyatt Stafford again.
Great play by the Lions, going up the middle, going for the touchdown. As I said when I talked to Coach Puryear, the goal today is to get the ball into the playmakers' hands, into Stafford, into Richmond, into Brady, and they did it the entire drive there.
So you see on the replay, just power ball right up the middle. Our guys are bigger than your guys, and we're going to score. And now coming in for the extra point is Conley.
I don't think that's a phrase that's ever been uttered here at Ascension Christian, but it is nice to hear. You know, you can tell the team is much bigger this year than past year. We're actually working with a new athletic trainer who has really been working with the students, helping them to get bigger on the line especially.
So Preston Connolly coming in to attempt to tie this game. And I'm sure Rob and Nina Connolly are very happy right now as we're tied 7-7. Houma Christian and Ascension Christian will take a break. You're watching the REV, the game of the week.
From jambalaya, pastalaya, and gumbo to daily lunch specials, Pot and Paddle Jambalaya Kitchen has Cajun dishes to satisfy your hunger. Pot and Paddle has 3 locations to serve you, including the one on Cabela's Parkway in Gonzales, Jefferson Highway near Bluebonnet in Baton Rouge, and Jubin Crossing in Denham Springs. You can dine in, carry out, or let them do the catering for an office get-together or tailgating at the big game. And don't forget about their delicious daily lunch specials. You can check out their specials and more on the web at potandpaddle.com.
We're back and we're tied. 41 seconds left to go in the first quarter. 7-7. Both teams have scored on their last drives. For Houma Christian, a 15-yard run by Micah Kale. For Houma Christian, a 2-yard run by Wyatt Stafford. So we're knotted up, and now Houma Christian will get the ball and see if they can return and serve as the sun goes down here in the heart of Ascension Parish.
Yeah, it's been a good game so far. I mean, it's going to be 2 of the same offenses running the field. You're going to see the same thing, and it's really going to be exciting to see who executes the best going down the field. And like you said, who's going to protect the football as the game goes on. These are offenses built on field position, and they're built on good decision-making.
This is an onside kick, and it's touched, and a fight for it. And one guy from Houma Christian's down there against 4. Did he get the ball? It was a 1-on-4 opportunity. And who has it? Ascension Christian has the ball. Looks like is that Stafford again?
I believe it is.
It's hard to tell. The numbers are kind of fat there, and you can't see the holes, whether it's 22 or 29 or 26. I believe that was Stafford with the recovery.
I think it was 28. Who had the recovery on that one?
Let me see. Let's see who 28 is. Keegan Bourgeois.
Good job, Keegan. You know, you're never going to see us. We very rarely will ever kick the ball all the way down the field. Ascension Christian has kind of learned from the mistakes of we don't have the cover unit to cover 60-yard kickoffs. So you'll see Coach Puryear just sacrifice a little bit of field position and go for the onside kicks most games.
So 34 seconds left to go, and Houma Christian turns it over on the onside kick, and Ascension Christian with the ball at the 46-yard line. And there Stafford cuts it outside. He's got a hole, and he's got a first down to the 31, 1st and 10. You said he's got breakaway ability. You saw it right there.
He does. If you let him get going downhill, he's one of those guys. He has a very strong upper body as well, and you can see it when you try to tackle him up top. He's able to break those tackles. You have to go for his legs, and if you don't, Wyatt will bust a big game.
So it looks like Ascension Christian does not have to run a play, and they're already headed to the sideline. So I believe our first quarter will end with the score 7-7, tie game. Good one between Houma Christian and Ascension Christian. We'll be back in just a moment. You're watching the REV Game of the Week.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications, the powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution, a network built for every possibility, moving faster than ever before, streaming us forward into the future. And the revolution is closer than you think. RTC, ETEL, and Vision are now REV. New name, same company.
So that was a fun first quarter. Jeff Porsche with Jonathan Moore. It's 7-7, and Ascension Christian with the ball and driving. Actually, I think a timeout was called. The clock stopped at 18 seconds. I don't know which team called a timeout, so we're actually not at the end of the first quarter. Kind of surprised me there. I thought Ascension Christian was going to run the clock out.
Yeah, I'm not really sure who called the timeout. I mean, I can assume it was Houma Christian, especially after a big run by Stafford. I mean, if you're coach right now, you want to stop the momentum that Ascension Christian has. They pretty much got a turnover down here on that onside kick, so now the turnover margin is even, but you have to stop them right now. This is a point where they tell them, guys, we've got to stand the line. They're gouging us up the middle. We've got to protect it, but we also have to play discipline. Don't let them break it to the outside.
1st and 10, 31-yard line. This may be the final play. We haven't seen any balls in the air yet from the quarterback. So we'll see if Noel will go to the air here or just give it to one of his capable backs. And they do toss it, and it's incomplete. I believe that was a forward pass. It was close to that lateral area, but it is incomplete. Richmond, the intended receiver.
So that's what you see with our offense, not really designed to pass. The goal is to just do a little swing, try to get Richmond in some space. And like I said before the game, Coach Perrier wants to get the ball into playmakers' hands, and he wants to put them in a position to make plays on the outside, give them the opportunity to make guys miss.
So we see Lyon checking into the game. Sittig checking in, and checking out is Mixon. So now it's 2nd and 10, 15 seconds left. Well, 7-7 is our score as we are running out of time in this first quarter. And there's a run up the middle for no gain by Stafford, and that will run out the clock, I'm almost certain. 5, 4, 3. So it's going to be 3rd down and 9, and we are done with the first quarter. So now the first quarter is over. 7-7, Houma Christian, Ascension Christian. You're watching the REV Game of the Week.
From jambalaya, pastalaya, and gumbo to daily lunch specials, Pot and Paddle Jambalaya Kitchen has Cajun dishes to satisfy your hunger. Pot and Paddle has 3 locations to serve you, including the one on Cabela's Parkway in Gonzales, Jefferson Highway near Bluebonnet in Baton Rouge, and Jubin Crossing in Denham Springs. You can dine in, carry out, or let them do the catering for an office get-together or tailgating at the big game. And don't forget about their delicious daily lunch specials. You can check out their specials and more on the web at potandpaddle.com.
Ready to go with the second quarter. And the timeout we have discovered was called by Houma Christian, as Jonathan had correctly indicated. And so we start the second quarter, 3rd and long from the 30. It'll be 3rd and about 9. Again, 7-7. The first quarter had gone by about as quickly as any quarter could possibly go, and then Then you had the timeout by Houma Christian, and the last 19 seconds were almost as long as the first 11 minutes.
Yeah, it was really, for these two offenses, that's how a quarter is supposed to go. But, man, you could not ask for a better start for Ascension Christian minus that turnover. So hopefully Coach Puryear can build on that momentum and continue to move the ball down the field.
Third down. And this is a situation where you're probably hoping to get maybe to 4th and short as the quarterback, Noel, keeps it. He gets about 3. It's going to be 4th and 7. So it's going to be a 4th and long situation, and they're likely to go for it right here, right?
Probably so. I want to highlight on that play, Micah Cowley with a great defensive play right there.
Yes.
Read the option well, shot through the guard center, and just made an incredibly good tackle. Did not let the quarterback give it away anything. Good job by Micah Cowley. He's one of the guys the coach said we were going to hear his name a lot, and so far he has not been wrong.
You're right, Jonathan, and it's 4th and long, and you see them getting ready to call a timeout. We'll keep it here for this timeout and talk about what we'll see at halftime, as we're going to see the Ascension Christian homecoming queen crowned, and there's the girls right there. Josie Hinkle, Melanie Jones, Kaylee Evans, Gabrielle LeBlanc, and Emma Guy. And so one of these 5 girls will be crowned homecoming queen during the halftime ceremonies, which we will be covering live. You see the homecoming king right there, Aiden Carter. He was announced Thursday night at the pep rally.
And Aiden, a great student, really deserving of it. You know, I've known him for pretty much his entire life, and just a wonderful kid. He's the student who, unfortunately, our quarterback who tore his ACL in the first game, unable to play this season, but he really has earned and deserved this honor, and great job by him.
You saw them call a timeout. It looked like there was a little bit of confusion. This is often a situation where you try to draw the defense off sides there. I thought maybe they tried to do that, but they were just maybe trying to get the play in right there, and so it's going to be 4th and long.
Yeah, right here you're either going to see a play action or them try to attack the edge and get an extra few yards.
Pressure. Gets away, throws downfield, overthrown. Looked like he was trying to get it to Stafford. He was open, but overthrown just a bit. As you see the pressure coming, probably threw off his timing a little bit. So you see good pressure there. We've called that player's name, number 58, Cam Frijo. He had the pressure, and it brings up 1st and 10 for Houma.
And good job by Houma Christian. You know, it was a good play call by Coach Puryear, but good job by Houma Christian. They played contained. They played good coverage. They forced Noel to get to a spot where he was uncomfortable making the throw. And those rolling out throws are some of the most difficult to make, especially when you're an inexperienced quarterback. But good job by their defense to stop them and now getting the opportunity to go back down the field.
So now, after a long time on the sidelines, Houma Christian has the ball. They had 2 defensive drives in a row as the onside kick was fumbled. So this is their first time on the field for a long time, and they get a few yards on 1st down, carry by number 1, Marcel.
So Houma Christian needs a long drive right here. You know, we talked about it earlier. We're both 1A schools, which means we don't have a lot of subs. So if right now their defense was on the field for a good 6-8 minutes of that quarter, they need to push the ball down. They need to give their defense time to rest. You're going to see a lot of A and B gap football, but Houma Christian, this is a very important drive for them to help out their defense.
And you see the jump right there, and they did get into the neutral zone. So they're going to get 5 yards, so it's going to bring up 2nd down and short. And first penalty of the night on either side. Relatively error-free game thus far.
Good hard count there, and you just got to play your disciplines. We watch the ball, not listen for the snap count.
So let's look at the replay, and you see under center Marcel. We were told Ren Charpentier was going to play quarterback, but they made a change at that position before the game. And 2nd and short, and that's going to be a 1st down. On the carry right up the middle, number 13, Joseph Landry, junior running back for Houma.
It's a good carry, good 1st down, and Houma Christian so far has not had a problem moving the football against the Ascension Christian defense.
Looks like we have an injury Is that Stafford?
That is.
That would be a tough injury. You see him coming off the field very slowly. If he's able to get off the field, that would be a big loss for Ascension Christian if he's off for an extended period of time.
Yeah, he is the best between the tackles runner Ascension Christian has. He's also one of the best tacklers on defense.
And so the run again from Marcel. Gets a short gain and tackled by a couple of Lions. After a brief 2-yard gain, you see 2 or 3 guys down there at the bottom of the pile.
Houma Christian's doing a good job of pushing the pile, getting the 2 or 3 yards they need. Ascension Christian has got to figure out a better way to stop those blockers from getting them down the field.
As you said, both these teams' offense is very similar. You have that wing back and the man in motion, and he's going to get the ball, and he's going to cut outside. Good speed and a first down. That's number 6, Hayden Blanchard, senior running back for Houma Christian. 1st and 10.
Good sportsmanship there by Brady, helping them out. But, you know, Ascension Christian has said you got to seal the edge and you got to stop the guys up front. And right now, not able to do that so far in this game. Houma Christian pretty much moving the ball at will.
So Blanchard had to carry, and it looked like Brady had him short of the first down, but Blanchard took him for a ride and spun him forward for about 5 extra yards. So good hard running there. 1st and 10, 48-yard line, 7-7, 8:41 left to go in the second quarter. Marcel, the quarterback, rolls out, looking left, and that's a jump ball and deflected. Incomplete, and a good job by the secondary to knock that away. The intended receiver was Blanchard, number 6. Let's see who got his hands on the ball. Hard to tell down there.
Looked like Trevor Russell got his hand on the football, but, you know, one thing about Ascension Christian this year, we're not, I think, the biggest up front or stopping the run, but one thing we do have on the backside is a lot of good athletes at the safety and corner position. Last week, Brady had a 75-yard pick 6. I mean, just that is one of the strengths of this team, but we haven't played against anybody who's a passing team just yet.
That was the first pass attempt. Both teams have attempted, well, actually 2 attempts by Ascension. There's a carry. Kale cuts outside, and he's going to go the distance. Broke a couple of tackles, and nobody's going to catch him, and Houma Christian takes the lead.
Great run there by Calais. Ascension Christian didn't seal the edge, and he was able to get outside and break 2 tackles. I mean, when you're going up against someone that's that much bigger than you, you've got to go low. You cannot go high, and you can see the first tackle that he breaks, just try to attack the shoulder pad, and you cannot do that with somebody who's twice your size.
Yeah, he's a big guy. He's a junior, so he's still got another year to play for the Warriors, and now the extra point coming, and that is Delgado. So at 8:14 left to go before the half, Houma Christian takes the lead, and our score is 14-7. So we'll take a break. You're watching the REV Game of the Week.
You've probably heard that ETEL has become REV. What you may not know is that we're revving up your internet to symmetrical speed for free. Symmetrical speed means that your download and upload speeds are the same, thanks to the REV All-Fiber Network. The new speeds have been applied to your current internet plan, and there's nothing for you to do except enjoy shopping, gaming, streaming, learning, and laughing. Learn more at letsrev.com. Thanks for being a loyal customer, and enjoy symmetrical speeds from REV. New name, same company.
So it's 14-7. Houma Christian leading Ascension Christian, and it's just too much Micah Kale on the Houma Christian side. He has both touchdowns on the night and a couple of tackles on defense. So the thing that we're going to be looking for once Ascension Christian gets the ball back is whether Wyatt Stafford is going to be available. We saw him come out on defense with an injury earlier. I did not see him on the sideline with any type of injury. I don't see him on the bench right now. Let's see. Maybe on the far side of the field. Kickoff is taken at the 16, and dropped and picked up. And this is Brady, and he is not going to get to the 20.
Yeah, not a great return there. Houma Christian able to rally after 2 big returns. Brady not able to get to the edge. Good job by Houma Christian on the coverage, their coaches to address whatever was going on with those first 2 returns. And now we do get to see Ascension Christian take the field. I don't see Stafford right now. I see Trevor Russell coming in, so Stafford might have gone to the locker room. We'll see.
Tackle made by Braden Lico, junior for Houma Christian.
Stafford's still on the training table getting taped up right now.
Okay, so that may be a good sign. They didn't have to take him to the locker room at least. May just be a little sore. So it looks like number 44 has taken over that fullback spot, Braden Duke. They're on first down. It's a quarterback keeper, and still fighting. Let's see where forward progress will get him. About 3 yards downfield, looks like. So let's look at the replay. He keeps it, doesn't do the option pitch, then he's stood up and pushed from behind, taken down by a couple of players, including number 22, Luke Bro.
Yeah, good run there by Noel, gets his 5 yards. But now this is a very key drive for Ascension Christian. Houma Christian's moved the ball down the field twice with really no opposition. So now if you're the Lions, you need to put up points here or you need to chew up clock here because they do not get the ball back at the start of the second half.
They chewed up a lot of clock in their first touchdown drive. Second down, pitch, cuts inside, and doesn't look like he got much. It's Richmond on the carry. Stood up right around the 25. They're going to say gain of 1. It's going to be third and probably a short 5. Need to get to about the 29 for a first down. So let's look at the play on the replay right there. Lots of great shots here by our camera crew.
Yeah, very good. And you can kind of see Zaid right there. Unfortunately, still just an 8th grader. We should have ridden it out a little bit farther to the outside, tried to stretch the defense before making a cut, but tried to cut it inside a little bit too early. The Houma Christian was able to rally and bring him down. It's going to bring up a third. And even though it's a manageable 5, you really want to see them get 3-4 yards here, so it makes fourth down a easier decision.
Right. Probably a punting situation if they don't convert. Handoff up the middle. I believe that's Duke, and looks like he's going to be about a yard shy. So this is likely a punting situation for the Lions. He's close. Actually, look, they gave him a great spot.
I think
Are they going to say they give him a first down? It looks like the chain game's about to move. It looked like he was shy by a yard.
I think we're going to see a measurement here. I mean, the coach is kind of wondering about the spot.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see a measurement here at the very least.
Now they're saying first down.
Yeah.
Wow. Got a very generous spot and a good break for the Lions because they would have probably had to brought out their punting unit right here.
Yeah, good first down right there. And the same thing, it keeps the clock moving as we get ready for this next hydration timeout. But this is a big drive before the half because they have the opportunity with how the offense has been rolling to take this clock all the way down and go into the halftime.
And so let's see if they get the playoff or if they're going to blow the whistle. They do blow the whistle, and so that will stop the clock and a hydration timeout, and we're going to keep it here. And I'm going to turn it over to Jonathan as he talks about the Ascension Christian schedule for this season.
We've had so far this season, Gaydon, Springfield were 2 very tough games. I mean, we had the game down. We think we were on the 2-yard line when we lost to Gaydon and weren't able to punch it in. Springfield, same thing, just a few turnovers in the fourth quarter really didn't help us to get the game any closer. We lost that one. But we've got some big games coming up. I mean, we've got 3 very tough opponents in White Castle, St. John, Ascension Catholic, and East Iberville has really kind of had a resurgence the last few years. But there are also some very winnable games on the schedule. Teams like North Central and Centerville that were able to go out there and compete. Central Private, I mean, if they're able to have their star running back in there, they're also going to be a very tough team to beat. But Ascension Christian's really looking at the schedule this year. We're a very young team. As you can see on the roster, very few seniors on our team that are playing right now. A lot of juniors, a lot of sophomores. So this is going to be kind of a year where we want the guys to learn the offense, we want them to learn how to execute, and then you come into next year and you look to win more than 3 or 4 games. You go for the 5 to 6 game wins.
First and 10, and pressure. Quarterback throws a pass, nearly intercepted. by number 13, Joseph Landry. It falls incomplete. Quarterback knocked to the ground there on the throw. And as you look at the replay, and let's see who brought the pressure up the middle. Could not see the number, but good pressure. And one thing, you were talking about the schedule, and one thing that doesn't work to Ascension Christian's advantage is you're probably playing in one of the one or two strongest 1A districts in the entire state of Louisiana with Ascension Catholic, with White Castle. East Iberville almost made it to the Dome a couple of years ago. So
yeah, and St. John.
That's a really tough district.
It is, and here's the crazy thing about this district. It's gotten easier than it used to be.
Wow.
We used to have Southern Lab in this district. And
yeah, and we see a big run there by Noel. He gets past midfield, breaks tackles down to the 42-yard line, 41, and a first down for the Lions.
Great run there by Noel. Just same thing, making the right read. He saw the hole in the middle, saw it on the A-B gap, and just said, I'm going to shoot this, and was able to get a big gain. And that helps your offense in so many ways because it's going to begin to bring Houma Christian into the center. They're going to want to stop the runs like that, and it's going to allow the pitch to the outside or allow the quick play action pass.
So 1st and 10, and the thing that we're kind of keeping our eye on is the injury to Stafford. That's a big injury for Ascension Christian, but so far they haven't missed him on this drive as they've been able to pull off a couple of first downs, and now they're in Houma Christian territory. 1st and 10, 4:58. And that's Duke up the middle. He gets 5 yards himself, so that's a good luxury to have another running back to back up Stafford at that fullback position.
Duke's doing a good job. He's just putting his head down, protecting the ball with 2 hands. You know, whenever you're going to have a running back, fullback who attacks in this kind of offense, you got to tell him, you're going to get hit. We need you to protect the football. And he's going up against people. Some of those guys on the line have 100 pounds on him, and he's doing a good job so far. And really the line for Ascension Christian has not been beaten badly by this team. They are actually really doing well, pushing the ball down the field. I know they've had a couple of free runners come loose on blitzes, but that was more so designed trying to get the ball to the man they're supposed to be guarding quickly.
And more pressure and a pass. Looks like that falls incomplete. I believe they may have been trying to reach number 11, Sittig.
They have a flag on the field. They might get roughing the passer here. We'll see, but just I think a miscommunication right there. Yep.
And a rough. You're right. That happened where our monitor is, so I could not see the flag as I was watching the monitor.
Yeah, just I want to say it looked like a miscommunication between the quarterback and his tight end right there. He was supposed to flash out for a quick pass into the flat, but instead he tried to block. But Noel really took a hard hit there at the end after he threw the football. The referee saw it, felt it warranted a flag. I mean, this is, like we said earlier, this is Ascension Christian's chance. There's 4 minutes left. They're on the 22-yard line, and they're moving the ball very well, like you said, without Stafford, who's still getting taped up on the sideline.
So we'll keep an eye on that. But the ball now at the 23, 1st and 10, 4:08 before halftime. And handoff up the middle, and good yardage again by Duke. It's going to be 2nd and short.
So we said it earlier, but you're starting to see the interior of that line for Houma Christian get a little bit tired. Those runs that were going for 2 yards and 3 yards with Stafford are now going for 6.
Yes.
And so the more that they're able to continue to punish them, the more we're going to see this defense. I mean, guys are starting to put their hands on the hip. I'm a big guy. I know what it's like to be on that line. And right now they're gassed, and they really need their offense to come through, and they need to stop here.
The temperature's getting a little cooler, but it's starting to get a little humid again. And the ball's on the ground, and they lose it.
Great play by the defense. Was able to hit the quarterback during the exchange with the running back, and just a great play. Way to blow that up by Houma Christian.
And a 2nd turnover. So Houma Christian with a timely turnover. Did not see who scripted, but the recovery.
I think it was Micah Calais.
Might be. Remy LaBeouf made the recovery, number 21. So that might be that one break. We talked about it. Tina makes the fewest mistakes. We're going to put a little asterisk by that one as they were going in to tie the game before halftime, and now the turnover, and Houma Christian has the ball. But the nice thing is for Ascension Christian is back deep at the 11-yard line. So if they can make a stop here, they may be able to get the ball back before half.
Yeah, I mean, Ascension Christian, this is a big play right here because they are going to get the ball at halftime. They have not shown that they can stop Micah Calais or anybody on their defense. You've got to get a stop here and go. We might get it right here.
Pressure, and about 7 Lions bring him down, including number 4 for Ascension Christian, tackle made by Andrew LeBlanc.
Good job getting to the quarterback there. The first time they tried this play action pass, it kind of caught us a little off guard, and you saw the quarterback was able to get time in the pocket. That time they were able to shed blockers, able to get to him, but good stop on first down. Now they need to focus in on stopping the run for these next 2 downs.
So no gain, 2nd and 10. We believe that Houma Christian and Ascension Christian both have 2 timeouts remaining. As you see, they string it out right there, and again, tackle made by LeBlanc as they try to get it to Landry.
So I'll be curious to see if Houma Christian goes to what's been working the best for them, and that's getting the ball to their bigger running back. You know, Micah Calais has been able to break tackles, whereas when they've handed it to the smaller backs, Ascension Christian has been able to match their speed getting to the edge, but they haven't been able to match the power of the running backs whenever they get there, going for high tackles when they don't need to be. But good job right there, stretching it out and getting the running back into a place where they can make a play.
So we're going to make a correction there. Colton Morris with the tackle as LeBlanc with the assist.
So this is a big third down here.
Yes, you're right. 3rd and 8, and a whistle. And it looks like Houma Christian has called a timeout. That's kind of odd. You're giving Ascension Christian a free timeout possibly right there.
I think the coach kind of feels, though, that this is a down, this is a drive that is very important.
Yes.
Because if he's able to execute here, get a first down, he's able to take this clock all the way down with a 14-7 lead, give his defense a longer break. So I think it was a good timeout for him to take right now, but he's really hoping to get the first down here. I don't know necessarily if he's going to try to score before the half because this offense is designed to be explosive if you're able to get a misdirection. But he really wants to use these 2 minutes because you saw it on this last drive. His defense needs a break. The coach knows that. So I think it's going to end up being a good call. But this is a big play for Houma Christian. They have got to execute the play that their coach called well, and they've got to try and get this first down.
And if I'm the coach right there, what I'm telling them in the huddle there is, where's number 4?
Yes.
Keep an eye on number 4.
Yes.
You're going to see him right behind center. That's Calais. 2 touchdowns on the night. And they're going to throw a deep pass.
He's got him open.
And he had him wide open. That was 6 right there if he can connect. Bryce Hebert, the intended receiver. It's going to bring up 4th down. So now Ascension Christian's going to get the ball with 2 timeouts and 1:54 remaining, and they probably will get really good field position.
They probably will. You know, good stop there by them. They did what they needed to do. The first 2 downs, they stopped the run. They were able to slow down Houma Christian enough. But great play-action call right there. Just like we said, the execution just wasn't there yet. You know, these aren't 2 teams that are going to throw the ball down the field very much, but he really needed that catch right there. But a great play call. Great job by the receiver to get open. So we'll see how that play goes as the game goes on.
Looks like Cohen Lucas, 56, is the punter. He gets it off, and it's a decent punt. Gets a good bounce. So actually, Houma Christian gets a very good bounce. So it's going to be at the 43, 1st and 10, 1:44 left to go. At our next break, when we get another timeout, we're going to take a look at the homecoming court again and talk about that. But don't forget, we're going to go straight to the halftime show when we end this first half. We're just going to keep it here and make sure that we don't miss any of the homecoming court presentation. So we have that to look forward to in just a couple of minutes. But we have football right now, and Ascension Christian has a chance to tie this game.
I'm going to be curious to see what Coach Purrier dials up right here. You know, they've been moving the ball down the field, but it's taken time. And now we'll see if he's going to go for an explosive play here on 1st or 2nd down.
So 1st down, and there's a little inside handoff to Richmond. Falls down at the 37, gets good yardage, 2nd and short. And it looks like they're not calling timeout. Looks like they're just going to do a little hurry up with 1:30 left to go.
Great shoestring tackle there by number 50, Matt Nguyen. I mean, Richmond had a lot of field in front of him if he doesn't make that tackle.
And there's the big fullback, and he breaks tackles, has a first down to the 30. That'll stop the clock to move the chains. 1:15 left to go, so Ascension Christian still has 2 timeouts as they continue their drive.
What a run by Duke. I mean, we thought when Stafford went out it would really affect them running up the middle, but he has attacked that gap each time and get positive yardage.
And it's a quarterback keeper. Gets outside, thrown out of bounds, so they don't have to use that timeout again. That's Kale dragging the quarterback out. So good gain on first down.
Good runs. I think they're about 5 yards from Preston Connolly's kicking range. If they can get within that with 56 seconds left, they don't necessarily have to get a touchdown, but you can at least give your field goal kicker an opportunity to try and get 3 points on the board.
He was nailing 40-yarders from the tee during warm-up, so he's definitely in his wheelhouse right now. 56 seconds left to go. It's 14-7. Houma Christian leads Ascension Christian. Saw some movement on the defensive line.
I think if Noel was paying attention to the line right there, he could have just taken the snap and potentially gotten a free play.
2nd and about 4. And Duke, first down. Down to the 16.
Good run around the left side. The clock stops while they reset the chains. I mean, Ascension Christian, with the way they're moving the football with 2 timeouts, they have a chance to put this in for a touchdown right here, only 17 yards away from the end zone.
They may have to talk to the clock keeper there as the clock continued to run. 38 seconds. And a late pitch, and that's trouble.
Oh, they're going to call incomplete pass.
It was a forward pass, and that's a break.
Yeah.
That is a big break right there. Let's look at the replay on that one. So that was just a last second that he was in trouble. Tried to get it to Richmond, and it probably went forward.
I think he tried an underhand toss while he was being tackled. So, once again, this quarterback play comes so much to the decision-making. You've got to be willing to take hits, and right there, that's just one of those plays. Just go down, take the hit. You have 2 timeouts. This is the situational and awareness that you have to have. It's 2nd down and 10 now.
So 2nd down and 10. 2 timeouts remain. They're now inside the 20 at the 18. And they're going to throw to the end zone, up for grabs, incomplete. Nearly pulled down there. I believe that was Brady with the attempt at a reception.
Good play call, but if you look at the replay, you're going to see he actually had a man cutting across the middle wide open. Noel just a little bit overthrown right there on Brady, but good play call. It's now 3rd and long. Now this is one of those things you have a choice. You can go for 5-6 yards to help put your kicker in a better position right here, or because Connolly's got a good leg, you might see Coach Purrier take another shot at the end zone.
28 seconds. A scoring opportunity for the Lions. And it's a handoff up the middle to Duke. And they're probably going to have to call a timeout here to set up the field goal.
Yeah, I think Coach Purrier is going to let the clock run down. It's 4th down. We'll see if he – it looks like he's going to go settle for the field goal right here. So
clock running inside 10. So they'll just wait and call that timeout. We hope they call a timeout because we'd like to show that court again. And they do call the timeout. So Connolly will come in to kick the field goal or make the field goal attempt. Let's look at the homecoming court one more time as we're going to see them at halftime. Josie Henkel, Melanie Jones, Kaylee Evans, Gabrielle LeBlanc, and Emma Guy. That's your court. One of these will be crowned in about 10 minutes. So we look forward to seeing that. And, of course, you also had the homecoming king who was also crowned at the pep rally. And you talked about him. He was going to be your starting quarterback, but had that injury during the jamboree.
Yeah, Aiden, he comes from a long line of students from Ascension Christian. Both of his brothers, Ian and Kagan, both played football and soccer for us here at Ascension Christian. Ian was actually an all-district soccer player, played college soccer. His brother Kagan, one of the best basketball players that we ever had, and it's very unfortunate that he was not able to get his senior year, but very happy for him that he was able to get homecoming king and you know, it'll be curious to see who gets crowned the queen and who's able to bring that in tonight.
And we hope to interview that person in the second half. Connolly in to try the field goal. And a whistle.
I think we have a timeout by Houma Christian.
Yes.
But he might regret that timeout after seeing the kick.
I think he kind of just stopped. I think that, so Houma Christian calls the timeout. I think that he was kind of disrupted by the whistle because, as I said, I was watching Preston kicking from the tee before the game at about 5:30, 5:45, and he was drilling him. He was connecting from 40 yards out, 45 yards out. I think that he knew that whistle was coming, and he kind of just stopped short and just kind of plinked it over the line.
One thing about Connolly, he doesn't get a chance to show it off very much because you've seen the way that we kick it off. It's a lot of onside kicks. He has a leg, especially when kicking off that tee. He's able to boot them out of the end zone if he needs to and if he has the opportunity to. So hopefully we'll see him here. I mean, Houma Christian has no more timeouts. We get a good snap, good execution, ball down on the tee, and I mean, we could have 3 more points on the board and go into this half 14-10, which, like we talked about at the beginning, we thought it was going to be a close game.
This could make it 14-10. You just said that. So it will be a one-possession game, barring a unusual situation. Trouble with the snap. He gets it up. And he killed it.
Great kick. I mean, that would have been good from another 15 yards back.
I told you he was on fire. And, again, Robinina Connolly, that one's for you. Even his sister is here tonight. I saw her. Friends of the family. Sorry. As we go to the half. So we'll take a break. It's 14-10. Houma Christian leads Ascension Christian, but some momentum going in at halftime. And we are going to keep it here. I'm going to be quiet in just a second and turn it over to the halftime show. We just want to make sure that we catch the entire halftime ceremony as the homecoming queen is about to be crowned. You saw them just a moment ago. So we'll just keep it here, and we'll just go straight to the show.
After graduation, Emma would like to pursue a career as an ultrasound technician specializing in cardiac sonography. Senior Emma Guy. Next Next to the field, we have senior Josie Hinkle. Josie is being escorted by her father and mother, Aubrey and Rachel Hinkle. She is currently a member of the ACH varsity cheer team and ACH chapel worship team. Josie is the vice president of the National Honor Society, a member of the Senior Beta Club, and a leader within ACH's Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Josie is actively involved at Fellowship Church, where she helps lead worship in their youth and adult services. She enjoys painting, listening to music, and watching Disney movies. Josie plans to attend Louisiana Tech after graduation. Senior Josie Hinkle. Next to the field, we have senior Melanie Jones. Melanie is being escorted by her father and mother, Kurt and Wendy Jones. She is currently the captain of the ACH volleyball team and a member of the Lady Lions basketball team. Melanie is the senior Beta Club president and secretary of the National Honor Society. She is also a youth leader for Fellowship Church. Melanie enjoys shopping, spending time with her friends, and sleeping. She plans to attend Louisiana Tech in the fall, where she will major in biology pre-med to become a pediatrician. Senior Melanie Jones. And last to the field, we have senior Gabrielle LeBlanc. Gabrielle is being escorted by her parents, Carter and Kate LeBlanc. She is the captain of the ACH cheer team, president of the National Honor Society, and a member of the ACH worship team. Gabrielle serves at Healing Place Church. She enjoys reading, listening to podcasts, and watching Gilmore Girls. After graduation, Gabrielle plans to attend Mississippi College, where she will earn a bachelor's degree in psychology. Senior Gabrielle LeBlanc. Ladies and gentlemen, give a round of applause for our 2022 Ascension Christian High School Homecoming Club. Announced last night at our pep rally and parade, the homecoming king for Ascension Christian this year is Aiden Carter. At this time, we would like to welcome Christiana Raven, the 2021 ACH Homecoming Queen, along with our Justin Badwell to the field as we crown our 2022 Homecoming Queen. And a drum roll, please. Ascension Christian's 2022 Homecoming Queen is Josie Hinkle.
You've probably heard that ETEL has become REV. What you may not know is that we're revving up your internet to symmetrical speed for free. Symmetrical speed means that your download and upload speeds are the same, thanks to the REV all-fiber network. The new speeds have been applied to your current internet plan, and there's nothing for you to do except enjoy shopping, gaming, streaming, learning, and laughing. Learn more at letsrev.com. Thanks for being a loyal customer, and enjoy symmetrical speeds from REV. New name, same company.
From jambalaya, pastalaya, and gumbo to daily lunch specials, Pot and Paddle Jambalaya Kitchen has Cajun dishes to satisfy your hunger. Pot and Paddle has 3 locations to serve you, including the one on Cabela's Parkway in Gonzales, Jefferson Highway near Bluebonnet in Baton Rouge, and Jubin Crossing in Denham Springs. You can dine in, carry out, or let them do the catering for an office get-together or tailgating at the big game. And don't forget about their delicious daily lunch specials. You can check out their specials and more on the web at potandpaddle.com.
Action Therapy and Wellness is an outpatient clinic located in Gonzales. Our job here is to help reduce people's pain and improve their quality of life. We will see you from the beginning till the end. You will see the same faces here. You won't be switched around with people. Our goal is to get you functioning to an ordinary life. We rely on technology. REV is great about staying on top of everything working and running properly. As a local company, using a company that is also local is very important to us.
No one teaches you what to do immediately after an accident. Once everyone is safe, your first call should be to an attorney, not the insurance company.
Don't let the insurance company take advantage of you at your time of need. Call the Title Law Firm. We'll walk you through what you need to do in real time.
But you can take advantage of the Title Law Firm's 30 years of experience.
Before you call your insurance, make a free, no-obligation call to the Title Law Firm.
Call 756-0007 when you're injured. You gotta call Title.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications, the powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution, a network built for every possibility, moving faster than ever before, streaming us forward into the future. And the revolution is closer than you think. RTC, ETEL, and Vision are now REV. New name, same company.
Chris's Specialty Foods has been making Cajun meat products for almost 30 years. We do all the prep work so people can have home-cooked meals without spending all day in the kitchen. Everything is done ourselves. With 3 locations in Louisiana and a 4th in Texas, we needed all of them connected to the same system for point of sale and telephone. REV Business set us up, and it's been a game changer. They have everything as national companies, but with real local service. REV Business is authentic Louisiana, just like Chris's.
Halftime here at Ascension Christian High School. Ascension Christian trails at the half by a score of 14-10 to Houma Christian. You see the Houma Christian Warriors right there going over their halftime adjustments. I'm Jeff Porsche, and Jonathan Moore will be joining me in just a few minutes. He is kind of busy right now trying to secure an interview with our newly crowned homecoming queen, Josie Hinkle. That's who you just saw crowned, and so he's trying to see if he can get her to come and talk to us in the second half or at the end of halftime. So the king, Aiden Carter, and the queen, Josie Hinkle, homecoming 2022 at Ascension Christian High School. As for the game, it's been a fun game, a couple of turnovers on both sides. The difference in the game so far, a couple of touchdowns on the ground from fullback Micah Calais from the Houma Christian Warriors. Touchdown by Wyatt Stafford for Ascension Christian, and then a late field goal at the end of the first half by Preston Conley made our score 14-10. The thing that we're watching for, and we'll talk about as we go on, injury to Wyatt Stafford, and he has not come back in the game yet. They haven't really missed him that much, as the backup running backs have done a good job taking up the slack for him. And so that's where we stand right now, 14-10. We'll be joined in just a little while by Jonathan Moore again, and possibly homecoming queen Josie Hinkle. So we will try to get to that in just a moment. We're going to take another break right now. and take care of some business. You're watching the REV Game of the Week.
You've probably heard that ETEL has become REV. What you may not know is that we're revving up your internet to symmetrical speed for free. Symmetrical speed means that your download and upload speeds are the same, thanks to the REV all-fiber network. The new speeds have been applied to your current internet plan, and there's nothing for you to do except enjoy shopping, gaming, streaming, learning, and laughing. Learn more at letsrev.com. Thanks for being a loyal customer, and enjoy symmetrical speeds from REV. New name, same company.
From jambalaya, pastalaya, and gumbo to daily lunch specials, Pot and Paddle Jambalaya Kitchen has Cajun dishes to satisfy your hunger. Pot and Paddle has 3 locations to serve you, including the one on Cabela's Parkway in Gonzales, Jefferson Highway near Bluebonnet in Baton Rouge, and Jubin Crossing in Denham Springs. You can dine in, carry out, or let them do the catering for an office get-together or tailgating at the big game. And don't forget about their delicious daily lunch specials. You can check out their specials and more on the web at potandpaddle.com.
Action Therapy and Wellness is an outpatient clinic located in Gonzales. Our job here is to help reduce people's pain and improve their quality of life. We will see you from the beginning till the end. You will see the same faces here. You won't be switched around with people. Our goal is to get you functioning to an ordinary life. We rely on technology. REV is great about staying on top of everything working and running properly. As a local company, using a company that is also local is very important to us.
No one teaches you what to do immediately after an accident. Once everyone is safe, your first call should be to an attorney, not the insurance company.
Don't let the insurance company take advantage of you at your time of need. Call the Title Law Firm. We'll walk you through what you need to do in real time.
But you can take advantage of the Title Law Firm's 30 years of experience.
Before you call your insurance, make a free, no-obligation call to the Title Law Firm.
Call 756-0007 when you're injured. You gotta call Title.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications, the powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution, a network built for every possibility, moving faster than ever before, streaming us forward into the future. And the revolution is closer than you think. RTC, ETEL, and Vision are now REV. New name, same company.
Chris's Specialty Foods has been making Cajun meat products for almost 30 years. We do all the prep work so people can have home-cooked meals without spending all day in the kitchen. Everything is done ourselves. With 3 locations in Louisiana and a 4th in Texas, we needed all of them connected to the same system for point of sale and telephone. REV Business set us up, and it's been a game changer. They have everything as national companies, but with real local service. REV Business is authentic Louisiana, just like Chris's.
Welcome back to the REV Game of the Week. Houma Christian and Ascension Christian, 14-10. Houma Christian with the lead. Homecoming night here at Ascension Christian, and we have the Queen. We got the first interview with the Queen. That's the privileges of working with REV, I guess. REV gets what they want, right? Well, tonight they do, and we got Josie right here, Josie Hinkle. Congratulations on being crowned Homecoming Queen here tonight.
Thank you.
So I know you're nervous. The first thing she said is this live? I'm like, yes. She's like, oh, no.
It's live.
but you're doing fine. You're going to do a great job. It's simple questions. It's simple Homecoming Queen type of questions. But first thing I'm going to do is always give Homecoming Queen an opportunity to just say this is kind of your acceptance speech. If there's somebody you want to thank, something you want to say, whatever it is, this is your chance to do it right now.
All right. Well, then I guess the first thing I want to say is thank you to my family. They came here with posters and signs, and they were so excited for me. And then I definitely want to say thank you to all my cheerleaders because they've been so supportive throughout this whole thing.
Okay. And the next question I always ask is, were you surprised? Most people say, of course I was surprised. Were you surprised?
I definitely, yes, I definitely was.
Did you think somebody else was going to get it?
Yes. Yeah. Actually, I thought really any of the other ones would get it.
Well, I know it's really competitive. So, talk about some of the things that you do here at Ascension Christian, some of your activities and some of the things that you like to do here at this school.
Okay, so at Ascension Christian, I'm a cheerleader, first of all. So that's really fun because I get to connect with my team. I sing for chapel. We have chapel every Friday, and we get to talk about the Lord together. And so that's really exciting. That's about it.
Okay, well, that's still a lot of things to do. What about your future? What do you intend to do once you leave, since this is your senior year?
I am planning to go to Ruston at Louisiana Tech and study some sort of design, like interior design, or study architecture. It seems like a lot of the people are going to Louisiana Tech. Is that something that y'all all planned together, or was that just kind of a coincidence? It started with a couple of us, and then we slowly convinced a lot of other people. It's a good school.
Right.
I like that school.
So you're a cheerleader, so you have a lot of experience at the football games. Do you like watching the football game, and do you pay attention to anything that's going on out here tonight?
I do. I'm not going to lie, I don't understand most of it. This is my first year on cheer, so half of it's just trying to remember the cheers. But they're playing pretty well. I'm proud of the boys. They're doing great.
Yeah, it's a one-score game, so anything can happen. And, you're going to be royalty with your king, Aiden Carter.
Yes, sir.
And he was crowned last night. How much do you know him? How excited are you to be royalty with him?
I am so excited. Aiden and I are dating.
Oh.
So it was really exciting to hear that we are king and queen.
Well, that ought to make it easy for you to dance together then.
Yes, a little bit.
Absolutely. Well, that's awesome. So, that's basically a lot of the things that we wanted to say. Is there anything else you want to say? Any last comments? Any parting comments about anything or anybody? This is your chance.
Go Lions.
That's a good one. I mean, they're in it.
They are in it.
What do you think is going to happen in the second half?
I think we're going to come through. I think that pep talk in the locker room was all they needed. They're going to pull through against Houma Christian.
All right.
They're ready.
All right. Very good. And so, Josie, thank you so much for joining us. I know you're probably nervous. I know this was not expected probably, but congratulations. You looked great out there.
Thank you.
You were a very poised person out there, even though I'm sure a lot of emotions were going through your head.
Thank you.
All right, so there's our queen. So thank you very much, and good luck tomorrow, and have fun at homecoming.
Thank you.
All right, so there's Josie Hinkle, and just in time to start the second half. So we're about ready to go. So we're going to trade out microphones as Jonathan Moore is going to come back and join us as the second half kick about to be underway. And so Connolly will kick off for Ascension Christian, and a good kick, and he doesn't do the onside kick. It's taken at about the 11, and a good return to the pass, the 35. So it's going to be 1st and 10. Return there by number 21, Remy LeBeouf. And so now we're joined by Jonathan Moore, and that's always good to have a queen who can think on her feet and do an interview at short notice like that.
Yeah, I went down the field and brought her up here, and she was both surprised and nervous, but really handled herself well. You can kind of see why she was the queen. I mean, one of the things that gets you voted in on all that was your ability to handle things, and she obviously handled it very well. So good job on her, and we're very blessed here at Ascension Christian to have some great students like her.
And right out the gates, a touchdown. Joseph Landry, no flags on the field. So
I was like, great cut. I mean, he got the ball to the edge and caught Ascension Christian sleeping, and he just was able to get out there and make a cut of the field. Look at the speed from Landry. I mean, just look at it. Just a great cut. Just a one cut inside.
Yep. And almost untouched.
Yep.
So a touchdown run, 20-10 is our score.
So it's about a 60-yard touchdown run right there, and that's, we talked about it a little bit in the first half. That's why it's so important to play your assignments and seal the edge. When you don't do that, you give the running back the option to cut it back up the field. We've seen it a few times with Noel where he's able to get up the field on some big runs because they didn't do a good job of sealing the edge. And
So a high snap, and they try to throw it into the end zone, falls incomplete. So the extra point is no good. So 11:41 left to go in the third quarter. It's 20-10, Houma Christian with the lead. You're watching the REV Game of the Week.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications, the powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution, a network built for every possibility, moving faster than ever before, streaming us forward into the future. And the revolution is closer than you think. RTC, ETEL, and Vision are now REV. New name, same company.
So the first play of the second half is a Houma Christian touchdown. They now lead 20-10. Jeff Porsche, Jonathan Moore with you. So that extra point, no good. High snap. Why is that important?
I mean, that makes the field goal at the end of the first half so much more important, because now not only is it a two-score game, but it's a touchdown and a field goal to tie. So whereas before it was a touchdown, two-point conversion, field goal, now if Ascension Christian is able to execute, it's very manageable with how much it is in there, and I think this one did go out of bounds. So
yes, so Ascension Christian will get good field position as the penalty on the kick by Eli Delgado. So smart job there by Brady, allowing that kick to go out of bounds.
Yeah, and a big break right there. I mean, now they're going to get great field position. But like we said, now it's a 10-point game. It makes that field goal at the end of the first half so much more important. But if you're Ascension Christian, Coach Puryear has called a very good game so far. Both teams have been playing physical football. They're moving it down the field. They're running it well. This is a great game. But now you have got to capitalize on wearing down this defense. You've got to have another long drive here, try to whittle them down further so that the big plays to the outside can work.
1st and 10, and a throw to Richmond. Not much. I believe that's going to be dropped for a loss.
Yeah, try to get that swing pass in space, and just not really working out that well right now. But, like we said, just trying to keep that defense honest, see if you can catch them wanting to collapse in the center.
So we got a halftime score over at East Ascension, our co-game of the week. 42-0 halftime, Destrehan over EA. That's a tough one. We welcome anybody who has changed games. This is a close one, 20-10 right now.
It is, and if you're just joining us, we have two offenses here, both of the flex bone offense, just very similar. This is going to be a grinded-out game. You're going to see good defense, hard runs, and a lot of very big plays broken in the running game.
There's Richmond, and he breaks it right on cue, and he gets about 8 yards. It's going to be 3rd and short.
Makes it much more manageable on 3rd down, but you can see it when you get the ball into his hands in space. Zaid, he has a different speed compared to some of the other runners we have, able to get that explosiveness. Stafford is able to get down the field when he gets his legs moving, but Zaid just, as most great athletes do, so much quicker when he gets the ball to get to that top speed.
So he gets, we're going to call it 9. Let's call this a 3rd and 3. So 10-13. One thing that I did notice is that Stafford's still not in the game, as Duke is in the backfield for the Lions. And there's a run. And it looks like he got it.
He did. Good run by Duke. I mean, with Stafford going down, you had to wonder, is Ascension Christian still going to be able to move the ball up the middle? But Duke really carrying it well, and you can kind of see Stafford, all the runs that he put in the first and second quarter, was able to wear down the defense. Now Duke really capitalizing on that, continuing to push them. And you can see it now, just even the start of the second half, some of those two nose tackles getting very tired very quickly. Ascension Christian has a chance to push this ball down the field and make this a good possession for themselves.
And one thing they do a lot of is eat that clock. That first down took about 2 minutes to get. And they're definitely a ball control, run the clock type of offense. As you see the handoff, and that's Richmond again. Can he get around the corner? He does, and gets past a couple of defenders into Houma Christian territory.
So good run by Zaid, and I love what Coach Purrier is doing here. You know, Zaid had the big fumble on the first possession, but he has not stopped getting him the football. You know, the best way to build confidence in a young player is, I know you made a mistake, but we're going to continue to give you the ball. We're going to continue to feed you because you have playmaking ability. And Zaid has been very protective of the football, and you've seen it now, 2 straight positive gains for him and moving the ball down the field for the Lions.
He got 5. He was tackled by Sam Martinez. Ball in Warrior territory, 2nd down, and Duke gets another 1st down. I tell you what, they haven't missed a beat. He may not have the big breakaway capabilities that Stafford had, but he's just a good, solid runner.
He really is. I mean, like you said, he doesn't have the top overall speed, but you just watch him when he attacks the B gap, especially like he did right there. He gets to the edge. He gets the 5 yards he needs, but he's doing something else. He's protecting the football. Both hands on the ball. He knows they're going to be stripping at it. He knows they're going to be going after it, but a good job by him to run the ball down the field. And like we said, this is the plays that will not only grind down the defense, but it sets up those outside runs, those outside swing passes, because the more they fake it in, the more they push it inside, it allows them to do a big fake and get a ball to the outside.
1st and 10 from the 43, pitch out to Richmond, and he stood up after a short gain. Good job by number 13. That's Joseph Landry, and we saw him score the touchdown. He's another 2-way player for the Warriors.
I think he lost the ball at the end there after he was ruled down, but you know, Zaid just trying to get to the edge. We have the officials talking about something on the field.
I believe that you were right. He did lose the ball, but I believe the play was whistled dead.
I think they were trying to figure out where to spot it because the official on the side had to step up and tell him no fumble.
So they're going to say no gain. Ball is back to the 43. They had initially given him 1 yard.
If I had to guess here, we're probably going to see either a Knoll run to the outside or another Duke run up the middle.
Right, I was thinking option. Quick pass.
Good play.
And maybe shy of a 1st down by about a yard, it appears. That's Andrew LeBlanc with the catch.
Good play call. Knoll drops back, able to find. They've been trying to hit that pass all night and finally able to execute it well. And you have to wonder if Ascension Christian is able to hit that little short 4- and 5-yard pass, it can get these cornerbacks on the edge to hesitate just a little if Knoll drops back and fakes it, and that's the thing that can help you to get a run to that side.
We'll see if that happens as we go further down the road. Now it's 3rd and 8.
Yep.
As you see, number 11 guilty of the infraction, sitting. Tough.
Yeah, hard count there, and the one thing you don't want to do is have a false start at home, and just a tough play right there. It's going to set up a 3rd and long, and now if you're Coach Purrier, you've got to see what you can get on this down and think about, do I punt it or do I go for it? And it's really going to determine how many yards they're able to get on 3rd down.
So now instead of 3rd and 3, you have 3rd and 8. So 3rd and short turns to 3rd and long. Again, on the Houma Christian side of the field, probably 2-down territory right here. We will see if that is even necessary on this play. As we head to the hydration break, they get the play off, and there's a big run by Duke. It's going to be 4th and short, 4th and about 3, as the hydration break about to come.
Good run by Duke. You know, gets the yards back, makes it. And if you're Coach Purrier, I mean, it's not that there's no point in punting here, but you have proven that you have no way to stop this team.
Yeah.
So, you know, the one stop they did have was when they were pinned deep, so he might be thinking if I punt it, maybe that affects their play calling. But so far they've scored on 2 of their last 3 possessions, so we're probably going to see them go for it here. But so far the game plan for both teams working out very well. I mean, just pound the football at the middle. They run the same kind of offense. The difference is we've seen Ascension Christian with a few bad executions and some turnovers, which has led to where we're at right now.
Let's keep it here, and let's look at the schedule for upcoming weeks here on REV TV, as we're going to be covering games all season. We're going to have 2 games a week, and coming up next week, I'll be at Santamar for the Opelousas Santamar game. Thrive versus Donaldsonville. I was originally supposed to cover that game, but we had a little change of plans, so I'll be at Santamar next week. In 2 weeks, we have Santamar and EA, Helen Cox at Santamar, De La Salle at East Ascension. So both of those games will be streamed on YouTube, and they're going to be played on REV TV4. You see the times right there. Subscribe to REV Sports 1 and REV Sports 2 on YouTube.
That's an exciting game coming up on the calendar.
4th and 4, roll out, pitch out, and he won't get to the first down. Stopped a couple of yards short as Brady. They strung out that pitch out pretty well as they had to start from a long distance.
He did. Zaid not able to seal that edge, and because of it, Brady had to kind of try to cut into the front a little bit quicker than he wanted to and lost his footing on him. He was close to the first down. It was a good play call, just unfortunately wasn't able to seal that edge. Houma Christian with a good stop there. I mean, they really have not been able to stop this offense for a while. Both defenses struggling with stopping the offense, but a good job right there getting the penalty and having to force that 3rd and long, which causes them to have a turnover on downs.
And so the tackle was made by Martinez again. And so they make the stop, and 5:28 left to go in the 3rd quarter. This is a big possession for the Houma Christian offense. You have touchdowns from Landry and Kale. Both have broken big runs here tonight.
Yeah, and they come right to the line and run a quick play, and just it did not work out very well for them.
I believe that was Marcel on the keeper. It is, and doesn't get much, so a big stop on first down for the Lions.
Defensive coordinator Ryan Murphy on the sideline, fired up about that play and trying to get his team to keep their heads in the game.
Give credit to number 56, Josh Green. He made the tackle for no gain. 5 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter. 20-10, Houma Christian leads Ascension Christian.
So now we have Ascension Christian. It's a 2nd and long right here. You got to watch the play action over the top, but if you can hold them to a yard or 2, it puts them in a bad spot.
And there's Kale, and it's 3rd and medium. Gets about 4, maybe 5.
Yeah, pretty decent run now. It's 3rd and short, but it makes 3rd down much more manageable, especially for this offense. So now you've got to play the run, but they could also pull it up top for a pass if they really wanted to.
So it's 3rd and 5, ball at the 48-yard line. They need to get into Lions territory to get a first down. Trying to run some clock themselves. There's Kale, cuts it outside, dives ahead, first down. They get to midfield.
Good run, good play on the outside, just ran the option to perfection, sealed the edge, and Kale carrying a couple of players for that first down. It's going to be 1st and 10.
So they did not need to get into Lions territory to get the first down, but they come very close at the 49-yard line. So they're still a yard shy of midfield. 3:44 left to go in this 3rd quarter. This is a very fast-moving game.
It is. Ascension Christian trying to sub guys in and out to keep them fresh. So,
and that's something you have to do in 1A football with the two-way players.
And we have a fumble on the play.
Ball's on the ground, about 8 yards downfield. Still a fight for it. And the lack of enthusiasm usually indicates that the offense kept it.
Yeah, I think the way that it bounced, I mean, that oblong football, you just never know where it's going to go.
Somebody kicked it.
Yeah, it looks like they jumped on it, and it bounced out after a Lion fell on it, and it just bounced perfectly back to a Houma Christian player. So
right, I believe one of the offensive linemen, I believe that's Lucas Arfragio, had recovered it.
That's a big play right there. That's one of the ones you're going to look back and say that was a big opportunity that we missed.
And they got 4 yards out of it. 2nd and 6.
Playing with a much tighter formation now, not bringing anybody out wide, realizing we're beating them in the middle, so let's just try it.
Hand off shy of the first down. That's number 11, new back into the game, Charpentier. That's Mace Charpentier, junior running back.
So now we just have to wonder, do we see Kale here again? I mean, he's been their 3rd down back. He's been the guy that they've gotten the ball to, and he can consistently get 5 yards.
Substitutions coming in. Ascension Christian trying to stay fresh. That's Hoffpower and Poche coming in to tighten up that defensive line. 3rd and 4. Big play.
Kale on the outside. No.
Oh, no, that's Landry. And I tell you what, that was a good play by number 4 for the Lions as tackle made by LeBlanc.
See, and you see it right there. When you're able to get to the outside, we saw it was the ball out there, able to seal the edge. And that is whenever you have a guy run on the outside, especially in an offense like this, you have got to seal that edge. You have got to make decisions. You know, we saw it on our play where it was 4th and short for Ascension Christian. Number 15 for Houma Christian, able to push Richmond into the backfield, force Jack Brady to make a decision. He stumbled, they missed it there. Looks like we're going to see a punt.
So that's what they're going to do. And a whistle, I believe that may be a delay of game.
I think, do we have too many players on the field?
Well, I saw a substitution on it's a substitution infraction on Houma Christian. I saw an offensive lineman come out at the last minute. I believe they still had 12 players on the field as number 6, Blanchard. So they may have had 13 on the field at one point. And now it's a definite punt. You probably take the fake punt out of the equation right here.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate penalty. I mean, especially if they were going to go for the fake. And I don't know if we it looks like Coach is just getting a last-second talk in with some of their players. But I think we might see a timeout right here.
We have a whistle.
We have a timeout by Houma Christian.
So a timeout is going to be called with 1:09. We'll actually keep it here and talk about district standings in District 8 1A. No, let's look at the Ascension. That's actually, we'll keep it here and look at the top 10 in Class 1A this time. Ouachita Christian is leading the pack. Homer and Southern Lab not far behind, and then you see a lot of teams that are always there. Kentwood, Haynesville, Ascension Catholic, they're always good. You know that.
Oh, yeah.
And Riverside. So it's a lot of teams that you know.
Yeah, a lot of these teams, you see, like we said, you know, the district that we've had to play in 1A here, there was actually a time where we went out of district play because we were playing teams like Southern Lab, and we had some linemen matching up with theirs that were 330-pound guards, and we had 180-pound linemen. But we came back into district play a few years ago when they redrew the lines, and even though we still have to play some of the big teams in it, we're able to be competitive in most of those games, and we're building a great program here at Ascension Christian. So we'll see what happens as time goes on, but the District 1A that we're in, very, very tough.
High snap, and Richmond takes it, very dangerous, but he's got some room, gets past the 40.
So risky play, but the gamble paid off. I mean, that's one of the things about punt coverage. You can't be lazy on it if you're the coverage team, because if you do that on the ball, we see it time and time again. You see it in high school, you see it in college, you see it in the pros. If you're a punt returner who's willing to take risks, sometimes you can do that and get an extra 10, 20 yards of field position, which in a game like this, field position is what matters more than anything, because now they have a shorter field to work with, running that football, running that flex option, and it helps out the Ascension Christian team. Your defense is already tired. That extra 20 yards might be the difference between a touchdown and a field goal.
I love having you in the booth because you can talk about a lot of football, and we're so happy every time we come out here that you're here to join us.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity. You know, I've loved doing this ever since I was a kid, went to college for it, and, man, I'm happy to get the chance to come out here and do it.
And a short gain on the little inside shovel pass as we have an injury. It looks like he's down for a second, and now back up. That's Brady, I believe.
Yeah, it looked like he just kind of came down the wrong way on his knee. He looks okay, but you know how whenever you go down, sometimes your knee hurts, and they're going to call an injury timeout, but now the referee looks like he's waving it off. Looks like he's
He's already off the field. We don't need a break right here, so they're going to let it run. They have to run one more play.
Yeah. Caught both teams a little bit unaware. I think both sides running to the sideline to get water, and referees kind of threw an audible in there, but
and the play clock is not running on the field, so really nobody's really sure what's happening as far as that goes, I bet you. But they're going to have to run a play, 17-16. Man in motion, Richmond. That's Duke. And he gets his usual hard running up the middle.
I think he got the first.
He might have it.
He did.
So that'll stop the clock with 6 seconds as they move the chains. As we are about to end the third quarter. The only scoring in the third quarter comes from Houma Christian, Joseph Landry with a 60-plus yard touchdown. Our score 20-10, Houma Christian with the lead. We'll break right now. You're watching the REV Game of the Week.
You've probably heard that ETEL has become REV. What you may not know is that we're revving up your internet to symmetrical speed for free. Symmetrical speed means that your download and upload speeds are the same, thanks to the REV all-fiber network. The new speeds have been applied to your current internet plan, and there's nothing for you to do except enjoy shopping, gaming, streaming, learning, and laughing. Learn more at letsrev.com. Thanks for being a loyal customer, and enjoy symmetrical speeds from REV. New name, same company.
Both of their game plans are going to look like this.
We head to the fourth quarter. Jeff Porsche along with Jonathan Moore, and we're coming down to the wire here as the ball in Houma Christian territory. Ascension Christian down 2 scores, but only a touchdown and a field goal, and you talked about why that's important.
Yeah, I mean, that field goal at the end of the half comes into play so much more because now it being a 10-point game, Connolly proving he has a leg that can do this. It opens up a ton for your offense because now, especially on a drive like this, a touchdown's not required.
Quarterback keeper breaks a tackle, past the 40, first down. Initially, I thought that he may have made the wrong decision, but he was able to break free of a couple of defenders and then taken down by LaBeouf.
You know, we talked about it earlier, but just he did not go for the tackle, just non-committal on it. He hit him, didn't hit him hard enough, and know when you're attacking someone bigger than you, you have got to go low and you've got to wrap them up. So great run by Knoll to stick with it.
And there's Duke.
I'm pretty sure every time we've seen him run in the second half and the end of the first, we've seen 3 people on his back and him going an extra 3 yards.
So it's 2nd and 7.
Going with some tempo now, maybe trying to catch Houma Christian. Now that they're tired, try to catch them off guard and see if one of those misdirections can get a hole.
And it's a 2-score game. They need to get to 2 scoring opportunities, and Richmond with the carry. They are a methodical team, and they run a lot of clock, so you have to kind of go tempo to make sure that you have time for another drive, too.
Yeah, and good job by Houma Christian sealing the edge there, but they do have to go tempo right here, and you're hoping maybe we can catch them in a substitution, maybe we catch a guy tired, but they're going to slow it down on this 3rd down because this is key. We're kind of on the edge of Connolly's range. So right. Josh is saying if I can get 5-6 yards, it's either 4th and manageable, or I could even try and kick the field goal right now to make it a 1-score game.
3rd and 7. And I think the quarterback kept it. I think he may have been trying to run that option fake inside to Duke, but kind of just got trapped.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we had a good center to – yeah, it looked like we had a little bit of a problem getting the ball to him, and I think he wanted to hand it off, but just a little bit of trouble getting the snap. Like I said earlier, first-year quarterback and then getting the ball from under center and hasn't quite mastered that center-to-quarterback exchange yet.
Hunter Muntz, number 72, blew up that play. They're going to go for it. They're kind of out of Connolly's range, or they're at the ultimate end of it.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to let the clock run down, and they're going to call a timeout. So that's the first timeout called here by either team in the second half, and we're going to keep it here. And now we're going to go to the district records in District 8-1A, and we talked about how tough a district that is. You see it right there. Even though there's some 0-2 teams.
There are, but you have to remember whenever you're looking at a schedule like this, East Iberville played 2 tough teams its first 2 weeks. They're doing that because when they play a team like Ascension Christian, they're not going to get as many power points from that. They want to play the tougher teams at the beginning of their season, and even though they have an Ascension Catholic, a White Castle later in the year, White Castle has had some up and down seasons the last few years, so you don't know how many power points you're going to get from them. Same thing with St. John. Ascension Catholic, obviously a perennial contender. They've been to the Dome in the last few years. I believe they won a state championship just a few years ago, or they finished second several times.
Yes.
I mean, you have several teams that are very good in your district. You have several teams that are not going to give you as many power points. So sometimes those records can be a little bit deceiving. And Ascension Christian, I mean, as we said, they're 1 play away from being 1-1. So really looking like it's going to be a tough district. But, of course, you have the 3 big ones at the top, Ascension, White Castle, and East Iberville.
Right. Ascension Catholic has Kai Prayon, the LSU commit.
Yeah, a couple of studs on that team. It is pretty interesting every year watching us play against them.
And the pass is caught in a first down.
Great play. They've been trying to hit that pass all night, and they finally connect. And Good job by Noel. He put some great touch on that ball. You've seen steadily over the night, his passes have been getting better and better. Remember at the beginning of the game, maybe a little bit of nerves, but his swing passes weren't getting. He had a couple of overthrows on the outside, but now gets a good slant over the middle, puts it, and it also puts the thought into their head. They have that play in their playbook now.
That's Andrew LeBlanc again, the freshman with 2 clutch catches here tonight. First down, right around the 15-yard line, about the 14. There's Duke carrying a guy for a couple.
So now if you're Coach Purrier, you're within field goal range.
Yes.
Right now he's thinking, how do I chew up clock and try to get a touchdown, but I'm okay with a field goal. You want to try and get it right here, but he's doing the right thing by continuing to wear down this defense. Continue to run it straight at them, because in about 4 or 5 minutes when Ascension Christian gets their last drive, you want these guys gassed. They have not subbed a single guy this drive. You want them hands on hips. You want them worn out.
You see the student section very active as a second down pitch. Outside, Brady breaks some tackles. Doesn't quite get there, but it's going to be a gain of about 2. It's 3rd down and 5 inside the 10 with 8:28 left to go in this game. Getting down to crunch time, and this is what I was talking about. They kind of had to go tempo because they've already run 4 minutes off the clock.
Yeah, this offense, I mean, it's designed to eat clock. It's designed to run the football. It's designed to continue to play time of possession, because when you have a team that's going both ways, when you have a team that has players playing offense and defense, you cannot give them the opportunity to go after our guys on defense. You have to give them a break. You have to control the ball. And so far tonight, Ascension Christian done a great job of that.
And they go with Duke up the middle.
He's very close.
He gets a first down, it looks like.
It's going to be 1st and goal. I mean, every time we've said his name, there have been 2 or 3 Houma Christian Warriors on top of him. Duke filling in for Stafford. Great job by him. It's kind of allowed Ascension Christian to absorb the blow of losing Wyatt, because I haven't seen him come out onto the field in the second half.
No, and you don't need to rush him.
No. You want him to be fresh. We got several other tough games coming up on the schedule, and I think Duke again.
And Duke is close.
We have
they're
signaling 4th. I mean, they're signaling he was down.
Yes, it's 2nd down. They're gonna mark it at about it looks like the 3-yard line. It's hard to see from our perspective. And now they go tempo.
I think we're just going to see a healthy dose of him 2-3 straight times.
Or maybe the quarterback sneak. Is he in?
It looked
it's
like
close.
it. But
he's in.
They called it.
So that was actually Duke with the ball. I didn't know if that was a quarterback or Duke.
I think they went in together. It works. Now we've got this extra point, huge extra point right here, because now this allows, if you're able to hold them, if you're able to slow them down, this allows them to get in there and be able to kick a field goal to go into overtime, or you get a touchdown to win the game.
Preston Connolly, no pressure.
He's your boy. I mean, these are the moments. If this is anything like the field goal he kicked, I don't have anything to worry about. Good snap, good hold.
And it's good. 17 points on the board. It's 20-17. Houma Christian with the lead will break. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
From jambalaya, pastalaya, and gumbo to daily lunch specials, Pot and Paddle Jambalaya Kitchen has Cajun dishes to satisfy your hunger. Pot and Paddle has 3 locations to serve you, including the one on Cabela's Parkway in Gonzales, Jefferson Highway near Bluebonnet in Baton Rouge, and Jubin Crossing in Denham Springs. You can dine in, carry out, or let them do the catering for an office get-together or tailgating at the big game. And don't forget about their delicious daily lunch specials. You can check out their specials and more on the web at potandpaddle.com.
It's 20-17. We've got ourselves a ball game, folks.
We
and
do.
Jeff Horsch with Jonathan Moore, and it's a 1-possession game. At this point, you don't need necessarily a 3-and-out, but you need a stop. You need to stop fairly quickly. Not a 3-and-out. They still have enough time to move the ball downfield, but it's all at the point where you need to make some kind of stop, and they did on their last possession.
They did. I mean, this is the point. You either get this ball on an onside kick right here, which you're pretty sure Coach Prier's going to try, but the big thing is you cannot let them get 2 or 3 first downs. 2 or 3 first downs means 4 minutes is coming off that clock.
And they've already used one timeout, and it's a good one, and it's recovered by the Lions, but they don't need a stop. They need points, and they're going to get a shot at it. That was a perfect onside kick recovered by Trevor Russell.
So we talked about at the beginning of the game, this game was going to come down to field possession and turnovers. The onside kick, even though it doesn't come up as that in the stat book, is an interception, it's a fumble, whatever you want to call it. That's the second one Ascension Christian has recovered. And you look at it in the second half, what has been the difference? It's been turnovers. Houma Christian had the one explosive play where they took it down the field, but other than that, they have not been able to get anything going on offense. Now a defense which is completely gassed has to come back out here with no momentum.
And I hate to exaggerate, and I hate to do a lot of hyperbole, but that's the best onside kick in a high school level that I've ever seen. That was a perfect kick, untouched by Houma Christian.
Absolutely. Great kick. You want it to have that first bounce, and just a great job, great execution by the Lions.
First down carry, Duke gets a few. One of the players is saying that Houma Christian has come up with the ball. He did, but they're going to say he's down.
And now 76 going off the field. This is what you don't want to see as a coach. You have linemen that are starting to either cramp up, they're starting to hurt.
Yep.
Those guys are going off. I mean, this is not what you want.
Remy LaBeouf came up with the ball, but they're going to say he was down by contact. His knee already on the ground.
Clock continuing to run. If you're Ascension Christian here, you got to play with composure. You have 6 minutes to punch the ball in. Take your time, execute the game plan, continue to do what you're supposed to do, and no turnovers.
Duke, and gain of about 3. It's going to be third and about medium, not in field goal range, not close yet. So we'll have to see.
I think we have a hydration timeout.
Yes, so with the hydration break, we'll keep it here, and we can talk about some of the games that are going on in District 1A this week. As you have this game, of course, taking place. Ascension Catholic, they're playing Hannon, Archbishop Hannon out of New Orleans. You have East Iberville playing the Magnolia School of Excellence. St. John is at Highland Baptist, and Baker at White Castle. I believe that's a 3A team playing a 1A team right there. And as you said, White Castle, they and some of these other teams are playing some tough schedules because they want those quality power points for their seedings once it comes to the state playoffs.
Yeah, some good games going on right now. I mean, we're about to start getting into district play, and Louisiana is very blessed that we don't just have some good schools. We have a lot of good schools, and we have a lot of schools that are going to be very competitive. I mean, there's a reason that per capita we have the most college recruits in the nation come out of Louisiana. We take football very seriously here, and we're also very good at it. So we're blessed as a state to have, not just our 2 teams here, but many teams that are very fun to watch and very competitive.
3rd and 7, and they're just going with a steady dose of Duke, and doesn't work there. Only a short gain. Seems like on this series, the gains have gotten shorter and shorter up the middle as they're trying to bring the big men up there to make the stops.
Yeah, Houma Christian really 2 straight times now running the ball down the throat that they've been able to stand up very well. So even though they're tired, their coach able to motivate them, get them up for this opportunity. And this is a big 4th down because this is you have to get this first down right here to not just get into field goal range, but they're 1 or 2 first downs away if they get the ball back from ending the game. So
this is probably where you see either LeBlanc try to catch a pass, or you see the option outside.
Yeah.
And they're looking left.
There it is, and good
Knocked away.
defense. Good defense, sniffed the play out, saw it coming. The defender able to get there without committing a pass interference. So it was a good play call, but the thing was the defense just able to sniff it out. So good job on the defensive side, able to anticipate it, drop back into zone coverage.
I believe that was Trevor Russell, the intended receiver. But with the onside kick and the quick recovery, it doesn't hurt you that bad. You still have 2 timeouts left, they basically bought themselves a free possession right there. So now this is where the defense has to make the stop.
They did. You'd hope they capitalize on it, but unfortunately not able to. And so now you're putting the ball in the hands of the defense. You're saying, we need y'all to get a stop. We either need a turnover or we need a 3-and-out, because all it's going to take is 2 first downs and this game is over.
And so now you would expect a steady dose of Kale. And guess what? He just gashes right through the middle for a first down, right into Ascension Christian territory.
Great blocking there by Houma Christian. It would just explode off the ball and get him a big lane to go through. I mean, you saw it right there. The nose tackle for Ascension Christian just gets hit hard and unfortunately not able to get in the way to make that play, and it's going to bring up a first down. They're going to run this clock down as far as they can.
You may remember Ascension Christian called a timeout on 4th down to get a play to keep their drive going. It was successful, but they only have 2 left.
Yeah, and it looks like we don't have 2 officials in the booth, so no ref is running the play clock, which means they're keeping it on the field.
So Kale gets about 6 or 7 on first down, it appears. So you're going to see Micah Kale, you're going to see Joseph Landry. They're the big backs, 4 and 13 for the Warriors, and fighting hard for good yardage on first down. And actually, they're going to say his knee went down. I thought he got about 5 or 6, maybe 7. He only got 4.
Yeah, he went down a little bit earlier than we thought, but you know, this is where this is it. These next 3 downs are going to determine whether or not the Ascension Christian Lions are able to get back in this game. So,
and there's a run, and it's stuffed for no gain.
That's a good job. Good stop right there. Very favorable spot. Very favorable spot for them by this official on the far side. I didn't think he got anywhere near that.
Neither did I. It looks like the first contact was made by Richmond on number 6, Hayden Blanchard.
So that's going to give them 3rd, and it looks like about 7, but just the clock continuing to run, continuing to wind down.
If they get a first down right here, after the chains move and you get another first down play, that's where Ascension Christian's going to have to start calling timeouts, unless they make a stop right here.
If they get a stop right here, you're going to see Coach Purrier take a timeout, and I think they got it to Calais, and
he's gone. He's going to score. He got through the mess.
Yep, just able to break some tackles and get to the edge. Just big, powerful runners. It's been the thing that's kind of been Ascension Christian's Achilles heel all year, and good job by Calais to get to the outside. I mean, he broke 2 or 3 tackles to get there.
Yep, and once he got through that wave, it was smooth sailing as he had 2 receivers blocking downfield as he scores the touchdown. And so 3 touchdowns on the night for Micah Kale. It's 26-17. They will opt for the extra point to make it a 10-point game. And now it's going to be a tough situation for Ascension Christian when they get the ball back after the touchdown. Point after is good. We'll take a break real fast and we'll talk about it some more. 27-17, you're watching the REV Game of the Week.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications, the powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution, a network built for every possibility, moving faster than ever before, streaming us forward into the future. And the revolution is closer than you think. RTC, ETEL, and Vision are now REV. New name, same company.
And so it's 27-17, and Jonathan, that makes it really hard now for the Lions.
Yeah, you almost have to get either a kickoff return for a touchdown here, or you got to get a big play on first or second down. I mean, just with the way this offense is designed, this isn't an offense that's going to get 40, 50, 60-yard passes. So this kickoff return becomes big. So if you're Houma Christian, you almost would rather squib this kick, get it down quickly, and force them to make a big play on offense, which so far Ascension Christian, as good as they've been, we've seen a couple of 20, 30-yard runs. We haven't seen any really 50, 60, 75-yard runs come in the second half. So if you're Houma Christian, you want to get the ball down quick.
And this is where you might miss Stafford because, as you said, he does have some breakaway capability, and I don't think he's going to be returning to this game.
No, I've seen him walking around on the sideline, but I have not seen him put his helmet on, so I just don't think that we're going to see him out there. I mean, I will give credit to Duke. Duke has played very well in his absence, and really you haven't missed him in the short game, but like you said, that big playability hasn't been there.
So there's the kick. And good coverage, and he doesn't get to the 20. So now it becomes even harder. And I know it's a hard job for Coach Puryear, and he's staring at possibly 0-3, but he still has this team very respectable, and he's had to fight a lot, but like he's been there for 10 years, and you've talked about how the culture's there and how he's helping these kids grow.
Yeah, you really can't put into words how much Josh means, not just to this team, but just to Ascension Christian as a whole. He took over a team that was going through a little bit of a hard time and was able to build them up into a team that just a few years later won, I believe it was 10 games the next year. And we had one of the best passing attacks in the country. We had a quarterback that was ranked nationally in passing yards. And we've had some very, very good players come through here. Now that we're back in district play, you're seeing a program that under him is continuing to learn, continuing to grow. And
you see a nice catch there, and there's the big play you've been looking for all day. There's Richmond.
It is, and there's Zaid. And, Coach Puryear, great presence in the pocket by Noel. I mean, for someone who's really never got to play quarterback, his throws have gotten better and better all game. Great job by Zaid to get the ball down the field. And now if you're Coach Puryear, you have to get a touchdown here. This is we've got the ball, we can push it down the field. Zaid able to get out of bounds, and you can see the defense having trouble getting down there. So they're going to have to play a deep zone, which means if you can get a run to the edge, get 10, 15 yards, and get out of bounds. Perfect timing on that pass. You just got to give him credit for that. That was a nice play. It was, and we were talking just a second ago about Coach Puryear. Him and Dustin Bagwell have helped get people to invest, parents to invest over $200,000 into the program here of what's going on, getting a new weight room, getting the stadium upgraded. And another timing pass, and he drops it. Great play, but just couldn't hold on at the end. The ground broke that up when he hit. So trying to hit number 11, Siddig just could not come up with it, but it was right into the breadbasket. No, actually that was Brady, not Siddig, excuse me. So he's still frustrated. You're kind of seeing it now. I mean, in the first half, whenever Ascension Christian tried to pass, they had a guy in Noel's face trying to hit him. But this line is just so worn down after this game of just run after run after run. They're not able to get into his face, and he's having time to get back there and throw. But if you're the receivers, you've got to make the catch. Zaid did a great job on the play before last. And a keeper from Noel, and down inside the 25. Looks like another first down. So they don't need to call a timeout right here. As 150 remaining, the chains will move. Clock now running. 144. Need to score the next couple of plays. Yep. And there's a late pitch, gets it off, and not much happening there. That's Brady. They need to call a timeout right here. And they call one. They got a player injured down on the field as well. So that's Brady. He took a hard hit on that. Might have got the wind knocked out of him. So they'll call a timeout. As you see, just a hit hard coming in number 50 and win. As stood up by number 5, Lico. But a good combo on the tackle right there. And they'll look at him. He's still on the ground. Why don't we go ahead and take a look at the homecoming court one more time, because we want to congratulate them. And don't forget, it was homecoming night here at Ascension Christian. Josie Hinkle, she's at the bottom there in the blue. Homecoming queen, but also congratulations to everybody. Melanie Jones, Kaylee Evans, Gabrielle LeBlanc, and Emma Guy. And, of course, congratulations to the homecoming king, Aiden Carter. And as was mentioned earlier, it's going to be especially fun for the two of them because they are dating.
And so they'll have the first dance, and they'll probably have a couple more dances. So that's going to be a special night for those two, and well-deserved honors for both of those kids.
It is going to be fun, and, it's a great honor for both of them, getting that opportunity, getting elected, getting just to be able to do that. And, you look at someone like Aiden, and he's done so much for the school. His family's done so much for the school. His mom is on staff here. She is the assistant athletic director, just does a great job helping Coach Purrier to run the program and to do some really good things. Like I said, we have a lot of investment, a lot of things happening in our school, and just an incredible family at our church here as well, just building and helping to expand what's going on here.
So you saw Brady get up. So he appears to be okay. Probably just got that was a hard high-low kind of tackle right there, and so he got a little beat up.
He did, and the sad thing about looking at the game right now with Brady going out with an injury, it makes you wonder if Aiden was in there without his injury, the senior quarterback, what would have been able to happen with this game so far. So still not out of reach, but we'll see what happens.
And a timing route into the end zone. The receiver's there, but just misses.
Just a little overthrown. And that's part of that is when you don't practice it a whole lot because you are a primarily running offense, you're not able to work and get on the same page with your receiver. And Zaid, even though he came up with an incredible catch to get the big game, you kind of see the big play potential in him, able to bring that ball down, but right there just not able to reel it in.
So Zaid Richmond, the intended receiver, 8th grader. So big future for him for sure. Clock is now stopped at 1:26. We have a short delay here, it looks like. Look, now we're ready. Wasn't sure if they were waiting for something to happen, but now they're under center. And now
Blitz
looking
coming.
right, nearly stripped, gets away, then he's hit hard and going to be driven back. And that's Frazio, number 58, and number 50, Wynn, kind of sandwiched him right there.
Yeah, now you're kind of in desperation mode. It's 4th and long. You just kind of got to heave something up and hope that you get a big penalty.
First pressure came from Bonvillain, number 15.
Good play call, bringing a blitz off the edge. You kind of see our base 4 are not getting pressure, so let me bring that 5th, let me bring that 6th guy, see if I can get to the quarterback, see if we can mess up his rhythm, because Noel's actually done a pretty good job of passing here in the second half.
No, he's been on target this drive for sure. And now he'll have to keep it as kind of ran out of time, and he's sacked. And you see number 15, Bonvillain again, and number 58, Frizio. And so that's going to be it. And Houma Christian is going to come up with the victory on homecoming night for Ascension Christian. But it was a hard-fought game on both sides. A really competitive game here, and really well done. Not a lot of mistakes, not a lot of penalties, but just too much of Kale for Houma Christian.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, the officials have done a good job of being consistent. I mean, that's kind of the one thing you want from officials. Hey, if you're going to call holding, call it on both sides. If you're going to call things, call it on both sides. They've been very consistent. They've let both teams play. They've let both teams be physical, and we've seen a lot of runs, a lot of yardage, some good plays. And, both teams, like you said, fought very hard. They've done a good job of being competitive. We haven't seen any crazy penalties. We haven't seen anybody do anything unsportsmanlike. I mean, just a tough game from two good rivals, and it really, you kind of look forward to the future because both teams are young. I think they have, I talked to Coach before the game at Houma Christian. He has a lot of juniors, which means this team next year is going to be even better. So it's going to be great to see what happens in the future with us two going against each other. I'm really, really excited about it because both programs are kind of on the same course. Both are rebuilding, both are continuing to progress, both are just 1 and 2A schools. So doing a good job of building upon what they have. I was talking to their coach before the game, how he's got some big things coming down the pipeline, and Coach Purrier, like I said, I mean, over $200,000 invested into our stadium and athletics program, building a new weight room over the last few years. So it's got a bright future for both of these teams.
Right. So we have to congratulate Coach Butch Terrio, an old buddy from Vanderbilt Catholic, gets his first ever win in high school football here tonight as Ascension Christian loses to Houma Christian 27-17. Before we go, I want to bring up the games of the week that are coming up in the upcoming weeks. Next week I'll be out at Santa Ma as we're going to get the Sanama game and the Donaldsonville game live next week as Opelousas takes on Sanama, and Thrive will go up against Donaldsonville. And in 2 weeks we have EA and Sanama, not that game, but both those will be our two teams next or in 2 weeks. So we look forward to our upcoming games. And of course, this is our only game of the season here at Ascension Christian. Jonathan, you do an awesome job as always, and you make it so easy for me to do my job whenever I'm out here.
I appreciate you giving me the opportunity, and it's been great. I love getting to talk about football. I love getting to talk about our school and what's going on here. And just I said thank you so much for letting me come out, for letting me be a part of this, and look forward to doing it more in the future.
Yeah, and thank you for getting the Queen so fast that we could even finish the interview before the second half and got the interview and we didn't miss any of the action. So awesome job. Thank you so much. And thanks for all the hospitality. Thanks for the waters. Thanks for everything out here. We love having you out here.
Thank you. Appreciate y'all coming. As I said, looking forward to y'all coming back.
So our final score tonight, as you see right there, Houma Christian 27, Ascension Christian 17. For Jonathan, I'm Jeff. That's it for our broadcast tonight. You have been watching the REV Game of the Week.